and welcome. So I'm running a bit late. I had some technical issues. The microphone wouldn't work. I hope it's working now. It appears to be. So I hope all's going to be good. If I said it didn't work, I didn't have it switched on. Don't hate me. But hey, say la vie. So anyway, I'm hoping the microphone is going to be good because it's a different microphone than what I normally use for streaming. So please let me know if it's good. So let me have a look, see what's going on. But anyway, I'll talk about what's going on regarding Partygate and other stuff. Because there's so much going on in there, it's just ridiculous. It's, I don't know, whatever next. Whenever I make these videos on a daily basis, I look at crikey, what on earth is going to happen tomorrow? It's just so much material. But you've got to pick and choose out, haven't you? Because at the end of the day, you don't have to do the same what everyone else is doing. It's quite easy, sort of like cross channels, really. You have to cross the streams. No crossing of the streams. Oh, hello. Hello, DeWitt. Hello, Glasgow Bay, how you doing? Oh, Geraldine, how do you do? And Reagan, did he? Hope you're all well. Oh, Barry Green. Echo. Oh, did you say there was an echo? Who says that? There's an echo. How can there be an echo? Right, okay. That's strange. There's nothing to get an echo of. Right, have I got two audio devices up? And no, let's get rid of that one. Hide that one. Is there still an echo? Sound is bad. Oh, blimey. That's not a good sign, is it? What can I do about that other than plug the other microphone in? It might be a start. Damn. It's like listening to three of me. Right, I just better look up what's going on. Right, so that's there. Sound. Right, okay. Let me do. What if I do that? Does that stop it? Has the echo gone? Okay. Internal feedback. The echo has gone, James. Did you say? Yes, still there's an echo. Right. Now I'm confused. It's got to be two mics open somewhere. Okay, that makes sense. This is a good start, isn't it? Right, so that one's not on. Right, so sound's off. That order's down. That's down. What about that? Still there. Blimey. Sound like shit. Oh, thank you very much. Oh dear, I don't know what to do. Audio input. Oh, hang on. What about that? No, it's not that one. What about that? Is that better? You say. Is the echo still there? Please let me know. Blimey, that makes sense. Yeah, you're 100% right. That's my fault. My bag. That volume's off. Right, what about now? Is that good now? Is it done? Is bingo! Oh! I don't understand that because I actually had the volume was off on the window I was using just so I could check the actual chat, and the volume was crossed off. So it was still playing through the sound card, which is a bit odd, isn't it? So anyway, after that distraction, and kind of threw me off a little bit, to be honest. That's better. Oh, it's good now. Oh, thank God for that. Blimey, anyway. Now, what was I going to talk about? I can't remember now. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? I'll get myself back on track. I hope everybody's well. Crikey, we've got quite a few people there today. Glasgow, Barry Green, Martin, Simon Says, Susan DeWitt, Nodla Sassy. I don't know how you pronounce that or say that. That's a weird one. James Grover, Simon Says, FSM, the dog, Geraldine, Zebediah, Thomas, Derek. How you doing, buddy? And I might jump that out there because okie dokie. Yes, speak softly. That's its pleasure. Oh, softly, eh? Okay, saucy. Hey, nice one. Is the volume okay? I hope I'm not peaking or anything there. I'm trying to keep the volume up as far as I dare without peaking. Oh yeah, that's my lump of wood. Long story short, I needed a microphone stand for this microphone because I bought a new microphone so I can do my voiceovers and stuff, which is downstairs in my office. It's the same microphone as this, but the new model. And this is an old G-Track, which I bought on eBay for like 20 quid. But I didn't have no microphone stand with it. I thought, I'm not going to buy one, am I? Because I'm just too tight. Oh, cheers, buddy. Goes towards the two other markers. Ooh. Is that the echo? Oh, it must be. Right, so yeah, so I dip out a lump of wood. But yeah, pretty cool. It works. It's actually quite good actually because you don't get no feedback through the actual. It's so dense. It's a big lump of oak. It actually came out of my it's an old floor joist. I cut an old floor joist out of our house. So, Big Madge needs 4 more subs for 4K. I'll show that. There you go. We all need support. So hey, let's get to it, shall we? I hope all is well, and I hope all is going to go well. So, blimey, after that madness. So it isn't that one. No, it's that one. Oh no, it's not that one. It's that one. Blimey, I better put that in another window. Dun 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 dun. That's what happens. You get thrown. Well, I do anyway. Let's just get that pop-out chat. That'll be a bit better, I think. There we go. There we go. Let's go for it. Oh, not that one. That one. Ooh. Right. Now I'm all in the mess here now, aren't I? Look at this. Oh, dear me. There we do me. Let's bring that down a bit. And now let's bring that back over. Something's gone a bit haywire here. Alright. Alright, okay. So there's various insanely difficult problems facing the UK. COVID, inflation, cost of living, energy, increasing poverty and inequality. The Ukraine, for instance. Oh my God. That is a worry. Now Brexit is pretty much going badly wrong. And it's costing the country an absolute fortune, as you can see. Blimey. So, and we have a government incapable of addressing any of these situations, these problems, because energies are entirely focused on saving Lardarse's skin. Or is it pork scratchings? So today, as the country absorbs the latest shitshow episodes, let's remind Tory MPs that every day they continue to prop up this crooked charlatan and, well, hopeless cabinet. Well, you damage yourselves. Your rotten party, and more importantly, the country. As good citizens across the water, well, we all facepalm. That's what we do. Looking on. It's painful. And those on the island, well, they seem to have to suffer. The British Prime Minister, Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson, and on Wednesday suffered an embarrassing defection that he did from his Conservative Party over revelations of lockdown events in Downing Street, but vowed to fight on. Wouldn't you say, ain't we lucky? 7 Conservatives said that they had filed letters demanding a Tory vote of no confidence in Johnson, and more than 20 others were reported to have, coalesced in an organised revolt. It is rather revolting as well. As you can see, Labour is jumping ahead in the polls. As around 10-point lead overall in the UK, and 32 points in London. So yes, Labour is doing pretty well at the moment, but they haven't got to do anything. They can just sit on their hands and just let the Tories dig themselves a whopping great hole. Looks like they're falling into it. If you look at that, blimey. So with the opposition Labour Party surging in the polls with an overall 10-point lead and 32 points in London, inflation reaching a near 30-year high in the latest data. Now, Porker Johnson, well, he's struggling that he is to regain the initiative. starting with an announcement that he is lifting most COVID restrictions in England, in line with the concept of herd immunity. Oh, does that work? Sometimes. I'm not quite certain with this one, though. Unless you're talking about vaccination, herd immunity by vaccination. Maybe that's what you got to do. Oh, sounds like a good idea to me. Anyway, now will it win them all over by relaxing the actual restrictions? Well, quite frankly, probably. Oh, look. Now, he looks like a typical Tory, doesn't he? I don't know what makes me say that. Has it got something to do with the face masks? Maybe. Well, he's a defector. Oh, he's a Conservative traitor. That's what he is. Oh, dear. And now he's at the Labour Party. Oh, my giddy aunt. God save us all. Blimey, one of the 7 Tories, Christian Wakeford, took that dramatic step of joining the opposition party minutes before Johnson faced the Labour leader, Keir Starmer, at their weekly joust in the House of Commons. The Prime Minister's questions, PMQs. Well, Wakeford said in a message to Johnson that you and your Conservative Party as a whole have shown themselves incapable of offering the leadership and government this country deserves. This move backfired somewhat, though, to be honest. That's why I see it anyway. Since the Conservatives now want to conserve their asses, or what they call them these days, maybe porky pigs, and retracted some of the 1922 committee letters already submitted. I do wonder, though, if his decision to walk to the opposition was more about self-preservation. Now, his voting record is not great, although he does say that the pressure from party whips was intense. Now, for instance, he was being threatened about, if he didn't vote against certain bills, such as Marcus Rashford and what have you. Feeding little kiddies, children. When he threatened they would retract offers of funding for a school in his constituency. He says it was a step too far. But quite frankly, he still voted for allowing children to starve. Luckily, it went through anyway. Anyway, quite frankly, I don't trust him. But, oh dear, look, little Lizzie. Sitting all on her own and that. That's no party, is it? No. Anyway, the Tory party, that is drowning in scandals, as well as defending the indefensible over the parties, including 2 held while the Queen Elizabeth mourned Prince Philip and sat on a lonesome, as you can see. Poor little old Queenie. Oh. Well, she sat there while she buried her husband. Anyway, I do wonder if Johnson can look the Queen squarely in the eye during her weekly Zoom call. Do you? Oh, I've written chat. Do you know what that means? That means I need to check the chat. It reminds me before I carry on. Oh, blimey, there's lots. So the echo's gone. I love the fact the echo's gone. Okie dokie. Echo. There's lots of echo. Yeah, tell me there's an echo. Echo. Da. Please make some fart sounds. It should be fun. Are you sure you really want me to do some fart sounds? Really? Oh, blimey. Is that a request? There you go. Sorry. Oh, dear. There you go, Kim. Anyway, Barry Green says, no. Sounds like Cher. Oh, okay. Still there. James Grover says, it sounds like... Alright, I'll still... yeah, I've got it. I've got past all the echoes. All the warnings of echo. Okay. By the way, you're late in any time zone. Yep, you're right, James Grover. That's because I had technical problems because my mic wasn't working. And then, at the end of the day, it still wasn't working because there appeared to be more than one of me in an echo. So I do apologise for that. But I'll be absolutely honest with you. The reason why the microphone worked, and I had the switch on the side of the microphone in the wrong position. I had it on instrument, which is, a bit nutty, but there you go. Anyway. Speak softly. Got that one there. Oh, remember that one there. Oh, Big Mag needs 4 more subs. Yeah, I load that. Anyway, that's better. I'm still going on about echoes there. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hello, James in the Netherlands. Ooh. Welcome to Brexit, sir. Has anyone had a ham sandwich recently? No? Okay. Are you sure you've got that log of wood earthed? It doesn't need earthing. That I'm sure. It's its own insulator. My prediction, below job will fight the next election in 25 as planned, but can't predict what will happen next. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I think he's just going to carry on. He's just going to keep plodding along with all these attacks against him. He's quite a tough cookie, really, because, if it was Theresa May, she scarred it, didn't she? Boris is getting, Johnson's getting more flack than Theresa May did. So, reduce screen size on them pages. Reduce the screen size on those pages. Until the winter, start of the summer, still continue to wear face masks. Oh yeah, don't blame me, mate. It'll be, what's this? Conservatism is supposed to be stable. These have tipped the whole cart over. I'll show you that because it's true. He said a naughty word, but he did put a little star in it, sir. No lassie, so that's fine. I'll allow it. Speedo says, good evening all, and bonsoir à tous. So bonsoir also. Hello to everybody. Good evening to everybody. You just say that when the sun starts going down. James Grover, well, it's getting dark now, to be honest. James Grover said, hey up north. The Crime Minister, not Prime. Yeah, that's a fair point. French kiss a cow for what? For herd immunity. Very good. Butcher's apron on the face. Yes, you're right, Glasgow. It's got lovely eyelashes. Fairly okay. Omicron version 2 is. That's the only thing that worries me about this. Is they're all very well having this herd immunity and pretty much let everyone get COVID and just see what happens. Unless you get your resistance via that, T cells and what have you. But what you're doing is you're promoting another variant, aren't you? Isn't that how it works? You just get another variant, we get another variant, get another variant. It's not the flu, is it, after all? Anyway, lightning strikes trees because they are full of conductive water right down to their roots in the Mother Earth. Hello, electrical engineer. Yeah, I don't think there's any water in this bit of wood. It's pretty damn dry. I know that when I start sanding it and stuff and hacking it about with my chisels. Heard that, yeah. Hello, Lee, buddy. How you doing? Lucy. Apparently, if you can polish a turd hard enough, you can give it a Teflon coating. I did actually watch a video once where somebody managed to put a finish on a turd, and then they managed to polish it. That's one of them kind of, can you do this type of things, I don't know really what possessed them, but they did it anyhow. I suppose if you dried it, if you dehydrated it, they'll end up like about, 20 millimetres long. It depends how big your turd is, I suppose. It could be 22 millimetres. But you could polish it then because it would be rock solid, wouldn't it? It can't be anything else. Abnormal. Abner Johnson sees it first and can redact. That is the problem. That's pretty much what we'll be getting to that in a minute. Actually, what Dominic Raab pretty much let loose on, didn't it? And also, isn't there a certain committee you could go to as well? It's just gonna be redacted, isn't it? It's just going to be redacted. It's just going to. It's just a big cover up. That's all it is. We'll find out this week, hopefully. If not, it'll just be delayed again, delayed and delayed. Fossilised poop. That sounds good, doesn't it? But then, anyway, let's get back to it. Then, so just put you back over there. Oh, that's me. It's me talking, and I had that still up. Oh, I do apologise. Oh, where's the camera? Over there. So. Anyway, let's carry on. Anyway, the criticism has intensified after Johnson gave a strange television interview in which he claimed not to be aware that at least one of the bring your own booze shindigs in Downing Street would breach the COVID lockdown rules that he set. Oh God, quite frankly, this was a golden moment, wasn't it? Or was that Trump and his golden showers? Or was it Prince Andrew? Maybe. It looks like they're all in cahoots with the hangman's Harvey Weinstein at the time. Well, is it Harvey Weinstein or Epstein? Epstein. Harvey Epstein, that's it. I don't think Harvey Weinstein's been hung. or hung himself anyway. I do wonder though if these videos exist that Maxwell suggested. Do you think? Maybe leave it in the comments, in the chat. Do you think those videos, of, golden showered videos somewhere? So anyway, I suppose we'll just have to wait for the latest cover-up by Sue Gray. Or is it, well, Pulp Fiction's Winston Wolfe? Her report is probably another dishonest concoction, and known for blocking, well, she is known for blocking freedom of information requests. Now, officials working at Number 10, they claim that she had to hold back information from Sue Gray's investigation in Partygate, well, due to the culture of fear. Well, they can't all be, crying wolf, can they? Or, unless it's true. Well, there's a culture of fear anyway surrounding the probe. The 3 members of staff said that they have not divulged messages and pictures since they too would get rightly probed. Oh, saucy. Well, if that doesn't work, Sue Gray will just double delete the evidence, since she's got precedents for that as well in her history. And even though, well, the Met Police, they're holding off from any kind of investigation until the other lapdog, Sue Gray, publishes her manufactured report. Now, I keep saying this. Is her report going to be honest and it's just going to get redacted by Johnson, or is she going to redact or not publish or use a lot of the data or put it into this report? It could be either way, couldn't it? Who's going to try and protect who? Is he going to try and protect himself, or is she going to try and protect them? It's hard to say. Anyway, does Sue Gray investigate on behalf of the police? Well, the point here is that why the hell aren't the police investigating Partygate? Why are they waiting for her to put out a report? That makes no sense. If any one of us went out there and did anything wrong or whatever, we had a party doing lockdown, we'd get investigated and fined or end up in court. By the police. Not by Sue Gray. These internal investigations are ludicrous. Anyway, the pub landlady, Sue Gray, has requested the Downing Street gate log. So yes, there's gates down Downing Street, obviously, and people going to and fro and have to put their name in the log. Now, many of us have obviously suggested this could be of interest before. After all, everyone, to and fro in Downing Street, well, of course I've got to sign in and out. Makes perfect sense. Now I expect this is potentially incriminating evidence, I'd have thought. I'm sure they've got a suitcase full of wine somewhere, or was it a fridge? But I'm sure Dominic Raab said that kind of information will be, redacted. Was it this morning or yesterday he said? I can't remember now. I'm losing track of time. Or will it be referred to the Privileged Committee to be, to delay it even further? Because inevitable, really, is Johnson is going to be forced to resign, or they're just going to get rid of him, aren't they? If the 1922 committee, isn't it going to get to a point now where it's going to become untenable? It's untenable now, but as far as the other Tories are concerned, I feel that they haven't really got anyone that could replace him. You've got Liz Truss, well, quite frankly, no. And you've got, some people might think so. And then you've got Richie Sunak. Well, quite frankly, I don't think he's got the experience. He doesn't seem to handle himself very well in debates. Did anyone see that painful, it was obviously he did a painful kind of little press release a couple of weeks ago about how well they've done and stuff like that, how great he is. But last year, they went to some school talking about Coca-Cola or something or other, and it was painful to watch. He looks so uncomfortable, like he shouldn't be there. He's a bit of an odd one, that one. I can't see him. I don't think they want him to take over that as Prime Minister. That might be the only choice they got, though. So I thought, well, Michael Gove. Oh my God. Mark Francois. Or another Spartan. Andrew Bridgen, maybe. Oh god, this is getting scary by the minute. Let's not think about that. That's just really frightening. Well, oh god. Anyway, the 1922 committee member Nusrat Ghani said that she lost her job as transport minister in 2020, as a government whip told her Muslimness had been raised as an issue at Downing Street. Well, that's at a meeting to discuss the reshuffle. Government Chief Whip Mark Spencer, the horrid little swamp creature that he is, claims he used Islamophobic language against a fellow MP are completely false and defamatory. Oh, really? Well, Michael Fabricant and his wig. I know. Who has the brains there? Yeah. The wig said it was just open season on the whip's office, and thus Boris Johnson destabilising number 10. Well, what I'm trying to say is open season on the whip's office, but also Boris Johnson, and also destabilising number 10. I say is, quite frankly, isn't the number 11 flat destabilising enough? I would say so. Oh, Turkish boudoir, anyone? Anyway, the conduct of the whip's office has come under intense scrutiny following claims tactics amounting to blackmail were used to pressure Tory MPs seeking to oust the Prime Minister. In an interview, Miss Ghani, the MP for Wealdon, said she was shocked when the issue of her background and faith was raised during a meeting in the whip's office after a mini reshuffle in February 2020. It was like being punched in the stomach, she said. I felt humiliated and powerless, she said. I was told at the reshuffle meeting in Downing Street that Muslimness, is that a word, was raised as an issue. That my Muslim women minister status was making colleagues uncomfortable, and that there were concerns that I wasn't loyal to the party as I didn't do enough to defend the party against Islamophobia allegations. It's just, well, we'll get into it in a minute, but we know that party's racist, don't we? We've got a racist leading that, you know. The things that Boris Johnson said in the past is just despicable and published. Man, it's just horrendous. Oh, hey, we're on the chat. D. And thanks, Glasgow, for that super chat. It's really appreciated, mate. There we go. Oh, show. Right. Oh, Monkeytron, how you doing, buddy? No sound. Who's got no sound? I think people got sound. I've got sound this end. Dun. Just scanning up here. I'm scanning up. You need someone. You need someone to help you. Besides, you know what I mean, it's going through all the chats. Oh, this one. Where are you? So anyway, so okay. Good evening, all. Shape on the face. Let's go back down there. There we go. It seems like Bojo. It's from Perojeric. It seems like Bojo will wiggle out of this scandal with booze and COVID party, most probably. Berry Lad came to a realisation that his ex-party that was all at once Westchester. Very good. I hope it's not affecting Channel Tunnel crossings. We'll get in that in a minute as well. Yeah, are you talking about Dover? It's actually clear at the moment, but needless to say, there's not much going on the weekend going across the crossings are much reduced. You know, you wait until tomorrow afternoon. I'm sure they'll be back. The coups. Karen, the van driver, he was one of the guys from the three blokes in the pub with Graham Hughes. He quite often publishes stuff on, puts tweets up on Twitter, showing what's going on down there, pictures and videos and stuff like that, which is quite useful and quite it was an eye opener, to be honest. And he's saying there's been about 20 kilometre coups down there. You know, it's okay for him because he's in the van, so he can drive straight past all the lorries, but the lorries are just piled up one after the other, but 17, 20 kilometres of them. It's going to get worse. Come September, and you got the bio checks. You know, with all scans and stuff. That's going to be, well, that's going to be right old show, that, isn't it? Especially all the people getting knocked over by the lorries and squished. That's what the little dome guy said. That's what he said. Boris is a dictator. In caps. I wonder who that was. Was it Mellow Mellow? It may have been. Oh, I think it was. He likes his caps. Glasgow here says, if Liz kicks the bucket, all will be forgiven. Hang on there, Lizzie. Which Lizzie are you talking about? Obviously the Queen. Peter Dove says, at least some CCTVs around Dover seem to be broken currently. Yeah, that's what they're saying. At some instances, some people say they haven't been maintained either. So it's quite hard to... You can't prove it, can you? How can you prove it unless somebody, leaks something? That's the only problem there, I can see. But, saying that, I think they probably did. Oh, a message is held for review. What? Are you making reference to one of my videos or the other? Sorry, that one. Do I enjoy rectal examinations? No. But I have had them. Ugh. You have to drink all this horrible stuff first to empty you out over 3 days before you go to have the camera up the, where... Oh! Ah! Oh, a little to the right. Oh, that's it. Bit like that. Dead airman. Boris is trying to install himself as president of the new Westminster Republic and surround colonies. And he's trying to abolish... Oh my God, really? I think you might be going a bit far with that one. Everyone's coming to Scotland in exile. Yeah, probably. Oh, they're coming to Scotland in exile. Oh, no, don't go to Scotland. Leave Scotland out of it. Glasgow says, turn your volume on, Monkeytron. Obviously, everyone else's volume, hopefully. Is it loud enough? I hope it's loud enough. Do you want me to turn... Oh, I just had a request. I can do that. I can turn the volume up a little bit on the microphone. If it's too loud or it peaks, let me know. How's that? Is that volume okay? It's a fair excuse. They had voted against the party whip over feeding kids and keeping the quid boost. I think the public would have supported them, so the threat of defunding would have fallen. But yeah. Oh, cheers. Who's that? I just got a super chat. Oh, another one. And Christopher, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're well, mate. Oh, yes, that's it. Christopher Dick, the Met Office. She didn't investigate it, is she? Or she's holding back at the moment. Oh, is this right, Mellow Mellow? Has anyone else heard about this? Breaking news. Apparently, the Scotland Yard wants to talk to Boris Johnson. Someone needs to. Come on, I'll slap. Come have my knee, I would. I could be in France within 90 metres of leaving my front door. Are you in the Netherlands by any chance, or somewhere like that? James Grover. She isn't doing any criminal investigations. She also isn't trained to be... Yeah, it's a fair point, she isn't. Got some poor bugger killed as well. She get someone killed? Was it killed? Something she got involved with on her watch. Pop across for lunch and home in time for dinner. Sounds like fun. Have a cabin there. Veg pie. Hi, all veg. P does says, let Rory... yeah, do you know what? Rory Stewart. I don't know if anyone watched his little interview recently about Boris Johnson, but that was a bit of an eye-opener. I should have actually got that little video up, actually. That'd been quite good. His opinion on Boris Johnson was a bit of an eye-opener and sincere for Tory, But he didn't stand a chance, did he? On that little tiny chair. He looked like he's going to fall off that stool. I saw, that's pretty much why he didn't get the vote, because he looked awkward on a chair. Or that stool. There again, to be fair, the tiny chair didn't work for Liz Truss either, did it? Not with that deal. Crikey, Australia. Awful. Downing Street is the most surveyed street in London, says Derek Mulruddy, and more law enforcement and outside MI5. Yeah. They know who went in and out. You know, for them to try and say they don't, well, just not talk about it. It's just obvious, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. Let's go down. Where's that other super chat? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's Veg Pie. Thank you. Into say close. They're waiting for something to distract things. Oh god, that's a good point. Actually, didn't think of that. That's obvious. You're right. The way you know, crikey, what's going on in Russia at the moment on that border? That is frightening. You know, I think people some people could say like, oh yeah, but their economy's in such a state, and yeah, it's big to come up against the West as maybe in arms they'll struggle. But don't you think they've got sleeper agents and all sorts of people all over the place? They could cause so much terrorism across the UK, across the rest of across the rest of Europe, and also in the United States. They're everywhere. I'm sure I've got one down my road. Maybe. Probably an anti-vaxxer as well. Yeah, so that'd be a distraction for Boris, wouldn't it? Why do I keep calling Johnson? It's just so easy to say Boris. It's like he's like a cuddly little, bunny hugger, but he's not. He's an evil piece of, nasty little man. The volume's okay, thank you. Chat you're at. Okay, let's just reply to someone else. Why is it a bigger need in the UK? Yeah. Oh. Okay. For years. Chips and pie at my local chippy, not been for a few years. £4.50. Oh, that's got a double. For fish, is that for? Oh, and pie. Oh, it's not even fish. So just an old pucker pie. Do they still do the old pucker pies in the chippies, or they just some other like Tesco's one though? Tesco's value pie, or do they still use the old pucker pie? Sue Gray's job is to delay and distract until a better distraction comes. Such as saying again, Ukraine. Oh, this is such a worry, really, isn't it? And James Grover says, number 10, cast Johnson's as head of anti-Russian alliance over Ukraine. For now. Some of his buddies are Russian oligarchs, aren't they, So oligarchs or oligarchs? Rich Russian people that keep spending money with Boris Johnson, like 20 grand to play tennis with him. I think that's some oligarch's wife or something. I play tennis with Boris Johnson. Talk about selling yourself out. So James Grover says, there's still UK. There's still no. There's very few UK troops. I think I can't remember what it was. I think there are about 80,000 troops in the UK now. Ukraine themselves got far more troops, but what they haven't got is the equipment. That's and obviously the UK didn't they drop off a load of missiles into UK? Not drop no, unexploded. Ready to be to help Ukraine, and also America has as well a load of arms. So anyway, let's get back to it. Where was I? I need to drink. My mouth is really dry. Oh, is it that one? Oh, look at that. Oh, there. Oh, no. Oh, it's going up. It keeps going up, Oh, crikey. Oh, dear. Let's not look at that one. oh, crikey. These things are sent to try us, that they are. So in an interview, Mrs. Garney, MP Wilden, she said that she was shocked when the issue of her background faith was raised. Yep. Now during the meeting, I've done that bit already, and her Muslim. Is that actually a word? Oh, here we go. I thought I'd just share that with you. Michael Fabric in it in this week. I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride it now. Oh, Would you like to be in that park? I've been there with secretaries, with loppers, and probably a magnifying glass. But anyway, we won't go there. So anyway, the fascist Michael Fabricant, Fabricant said he didn't think she was Muslim. Okay. So doesn't he understand that wearing a burqa is a choice if you live in the UK? And plenty of white people practice the Quran. Well, religion is just a religion. It doesn't have to be about race. Now, my son's Canadian brother-in-law he's a Muslim, quite frankly. So why can't we just live and let live? Unless your name's obviously Michael Fabricant, because obviously we don't want to let him live and let live. We need to tar and feather him. Oh, sorry, I'm getting dreamy thoughts. Yeah. Stick with the stocks. Boris Johnson. Oh, there you go. So instead, we have to suffer the idiots who want to ridicule those that they consider different, such as Eddie Izzard, who was recently pictured and posted all over Twitter in a pink coat and makeup, and quite frankly, so flippin' what. Now, quite frankly, I've got a deep admiration for his bravery, since he knows firsthand the idiots exist. You get mocked because there's prats out there. And Eddie Wade unmeasured Nigel Farage in a debate over Farage's French heritage. So, quite frankly, he's got my kudos that he has. Actually, now my brother-in-law actually is a photographer, and he does a lot of photography for the National Trust. He's not like their main photographer, and he's I not so much now, but when he's in more of his films and stuff like that, he had like an entourage of people around him. It's quite a sight. But anyway, but don't worry. We shouldn't worry, should we, now? Because Dominic Raab said, there can be no discrimination, Islamophobia, in the Conservative Party. And of course not. Alexander Boris Pfeffel Johnson wasn't being Islamophobic when he said that women that wear burqas look like letterboxes back in 2018. Or when he calls gay men bumboys. Of course not, no. Boris' statement was taken out of context. Of course it was, yeah. So that's what Boris said, anyway. So are you a liar, Prime Minister? Let me answer that for you. Yes, Prime Minister. Anyway, the Labour Party was rightly investigated for anti-Semitism. And now it's time for the Conservative Party to be investigated for Islamophobia. And as you know, this is not an isolated incident. That's just not. Oh, it says chat there. I better just check my chat again. Just remind me, because I forget, you see. I get carried away. I can't help it. This is who I am. Oh, what we got over here? That's back into the chats. Isn't that a lovely picture? Do you like that picture? Yeah, I think so. I've done a t-shirt with him on, like that. There's a pig. There's a porker. So anyway, back on the camera again. Oh, I need a drink. Crikey. Political X, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're well, mate. And Alan Crooks, who was a dude with a pink coat and purse. That's Eddie Izzard, that is. Lucy, I agree 100%. It isn't a big deal, but some people make it as such, don't they? Where are we now? Oh, cheers, Parrot Jurek. Yay! Got a super chat. Fantastic. Chips in a paper cone for £9.50 and day trip. Well, what? Well, where was that? Crikey! Paper cone of chips for £9.50. No, really? Where was that? Right, okay. Sound like an echo. I said that a minute ago as well, didn't I? James Grove says, Shawnee, there's still UK troops. They probably all now work as truck drivers and in the NHS. Good point. Has it? Yeah. That's probably sending a few shoulder rockets instead. To be honest, the idea of putting boots on the ground, politically, that's really damaging. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous game, putting boots on the ground. Look at Afghanistan, for instance. Charlie, noser. So you lick the nose. I can't say that. Guys, they sell a paper cone of chips in town. What for it? Okay, I don't understand. means. Okay, anyway, Lucy Wood says, if there's a war, I don't think there'll be an outright war. My feeling there isn't going to be an outright war. Because I don't think Russia really has enough. You know, we had a Cold War, didn't we? You know? But I don't feel Russia has got the clout to take on the whole of the West. I really don't. No, they haven't. The only thing what they have got is they've got a KGB in charge. Yeah. That's the bit that worries me, because that man is dangerous. Anyone who gets in his way, what they do, they put poison in underwear, and they end up on an aeroplane while they're poisoned. I can't remember actually. I can't remember his name actually. But he's disappeared. What's happened to him? Because they arrested him, didn't they? You know. Has anyone seen him since? Is his wife still fighting for him? You know, the politician that was run up against Putin. And Putin got his underwear, his boxers poisoned. Sounds bizarre, doesn't it? It's bizarre. And Chatty Rat says, was the reply to who Zebediah Thomas? Or the line from the wind that shakes the barley when the landlord opens the labourer to enter his drawing room. I'll get mud on your cut. Oh, okay. Nice. Jordy K says, Fabrinut. It's referring to Fabricant. I mean, doesn't look like a Christian. No. He's awful. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Para. Zurich, much appreciated. And whatever says, does everyone always turn on live chat or leave it top chat? I don't know. Naked everywhere but his head. Yeah. Now, is that a wig or is that actually his real hair? Michael Fabricants. Is that a wig? It doesn't look real to me. I might be wrong. I might be giving them misjudgment. It might be just the fact he dies too extreme and it's gone like straw. You know, all that peroxide. Oh look, I've got a bot comment. How lovely. A VO or VUM something go. There we. Around here, pies are called Peter pies. Oh, pretty cool. Minced beef and onion. And could be horse or maybe donkey. But definitely onions in it and chopped daffodil bulbs. Well, I've never eaten daffodil bulbs before. No. They do eat horsehair, to be honest. If they're not eating hair, they're sending it over to Finders. You get it in the supermarkets. It looks like beef, but a lot leaner. Oh, dreamy thoughts, yes. Chatty Rat says, is that a post-Brexit newspaper cone for the... Okay. Putin plays the long game. Yes, he does. He wants to protect his money. Plain and simple. You know, he's had a whopping great mansion built, hasn't he? Taxpayers' money. You know, Russian taxpayers' money. He wants to hold on to that. Is there a possibility if he gets, he's no longer in power, that he could get investigated and lose all his money? Maybe. I don't know. It's Russia, though. Who knows? Okay, power operations PSO. Boris Johnson's lying, yes, he is lying, cheating, corrupt, incompetent prime minister. Where the county decided heat or eat. Yes, it could be, and traffic can be seen from the sky. Yep, to show that one. That's nuts. Oh, my dear wife, she's brought me a coffee. Oh, thank you, Debbie McGee. Paul Daniels, Debbie, you got doing tricks, no? Well, actually, I'm supposed to do the tricks, aren't I? But yeah, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Cafe. Well, Duke Vengeance says, what? How dare Eddie Izzard express himself? Oh, sounds like a track to me. Express yourself. Oh God, that's Bruce Willis. Let's not go there. No, definitely not. Oh, crikey. Be under the boardwalk next. Oh, there. Mellow says Putin is all about killing, murdering, and poisoning people and stealing money. Actually, I just did the bowler hat man. He's a lovely lad. I do like him. He's a cool chappy. Who watches Bowler Hat Man on a Saturday morning? Because I do sometimes. I didn't this Saturday because it was so windy. I couldn't even hear it. So never mind my echo that I had earlier. It was just so windy. The microphone was just all over the place. He needs a wind muff. I want to show you. He needs a wind muff on his microphone. Oh, wait. Political X says, yes, it looks like all about the money. That is, buddy. I enjoyed your stream with Max the other day. That was very good. Thank you. I didn't participate much because I was working. I was like that. I was on my old computer, writing and doing that. Actually, no, I was editing. I was editing a video actually for my other channel, my woodworking channel. So, war is bad for business, and the threat of war is excellent. Yes. Well, when did the UK finally pay off the debt to the US, if ever? For World War II. Ah, that's it. Alexei Navalny. That's it. Thank you for that. I couldn't think of his name. He was up against Putin, and Putin didn't like it, so he got rid of him. Now he killed him, and now he's in prison somewhere, if not dead. I don't know where he is at the moment. He's been sent to the Gulag. Lovely. And we think Boris Johnson's bad. Crikey. Oh. And having Xi Jinping and all that, you know. You don't survive those sort of dictators. No. Control people with fear. Fabricant may have the same hair surgeon as Wayne Rooney and the failed football manager. He might do. Yeah, it's a possibility. Oh, crikey, Fabricant. Well, war is an industry in itself, isn't it? Joel. Boxy. So I worked my way down. Simon Says, 55. Political X. That's what hang on. Sorry, I'm just need to jump up here. What happens, you see, when you get the new chats, and I'm trying to scroll up and down now, it's they keep jumping up as a couple going. So I'm trying to cover everybody the best that I can. But yeah, it's quite frightening really how powerful these people are and how the control they have over the people. You look what's happening in China. Well, you know, all the Uyghur Muslims, what have you. Yeah, the real scary thing about the other really scary thing about that is they've been, from what we can tell, they've been harvested. Their organs have been harvested. Let alone their hair, put in your bread. You think I'm joking? I know I've brought this up before, but there was a container full of hair that got held at customs in the United States that came from China. Human hair. Is it lutein or listine? The chemical they get from it's a preservative they use in bread from hair. Lovely. And never mind the beaver anal gland juice. I had to bring that up. If you love your raspberry ripple vanilla ice cream, just think about your beaver anal gland juice. I can't even say it. Anyway, the reason the US is provoking Russia is it needs another war to keep their immense military industry in business. I think that's just a conspiracy. I don't believe that. Is it about having a war with Russia? Well, yeah, what about United Nations as well? And obviously the UK and everyone else in the West. It's looking. Does anyone here actually think that Russia's going to walk, march into Ukraine? I wouldn't be surprised, but what outcome? That's the thing. There's never a winner in war, is there? Not for the ordinary person. It says I've had horse in Belgium and Brittany, And in Brittany, marinated thin sliced horse, and it was delicious. Oh, small snails started in garlic, some escargot. Oh, nice. With a toothpick. Oh, it was magic food. I'm not comfortable eating horses. Horses and dogs, they're kind of like, for centuries, they've been there to help us, help people. And we start eating them. Yeah. I don't like that idea. I'm not comfortable with that, eating horses. But they do sell it here. Okay. Boris is always sleeping at meetings. He does, doesn't he? He's always... No, he was at their COP 20 or COP out 26. He was there falling asleep. David Attenborough. Yeah, he didn't mask. David Attenborough's all masked up. Lee Cord says Pucker pies are crap. Holland's pies are the best. I'm hungry now. I'm not allowed pies at the moment because I've got carbs in the pastry. I'm on a diet. It's miserable. Oh dear. No flour. Right, London. There we go. Where are we now? Independent Free Press. Yes, I agree. Boris is a lying ball bag and a killer. Bodies piled high and all that. In Ukraine, citizens speak and think Russian. Yeah, fair point. That's kind of understandable, isn't it? London's asking Lee Corn, what do you think is going to happen? Just what's spawned up here. P. Doe says, I don't think Putin will go through with it. To be honest, that's the sensible thing, isn't it? That'd be the sensible move on his part. The negotiation's got to be the way, isn't it? But what is his end game? He's trying to make out that the West are the aggressor, yet he's being the aggressor. I think the West is trying to be the defender, or more gullible, maybe. Russia's more dependent on EU's euros than the EU's dependent on Russia's gas. That's a fair point. Well, Russian economy is tiny, for the size of the country. They've got a tiny economy. So it's just, what will happen if we say, we don't want it? No, we don't want your gas. We'll just freeze to death. We'll wait until the summer. That's it. We'll wait until the summer, then we'll say, we don't want your gas. The problem is the price of the gas is so high, like all the foundries, the steel foundries, what have you, or the gas power, anything that's gas powered, they're really struggling. They can't run businesses, becoming uneconomical to run. Just like all the electricity firms who've been buying energy at ridiculous, at certain prices, and now they can't, they've capped the prices, haven't they? So now they're going to bust left, right, and centre. Cap will be lifted soon. Alright, Russia is more dependent on the... Yeah, I got that one. Boris is always sleep. Yeah, we got that one. D. Work my way down. All politics. Ooh, is that... Okay. London, I thought... Right, I've got the link. Okay. If Putin wanted to cripple Ukraine, all it needs to do is block the oil. Fair point. But these are all acts of war. If you think what happened with, like, Pearl Harbor. Or do we think like that anymore? The Soviet Union removed the local Tatar population and put good Russian stock in Crimea. So there's not a lot of love lost in Ukraine. Oh, I see. Okay. One of the reasons Russia has to show off guns is because there hasn't been a real trade deal. No, there hasn't. No, well, they keep getting sanctions, don't they? So they keep getting crippled all the time. That's what happens if you don't play nice. All shorts, the same. Okay, click on that. All shorts, same size as Spain, twice the size of the US. Oh, I see. What you're talking about, the economy, it's never been that stable, and I'm sure that this is just a muscle flex and probably to renegotiate something they want. That's kind of what you were saying, wasn't it, on Discord the other day? Quite possibly. I think he's unpredictable. And I agree with what was said early on in this chat, that he plays the long game. So if we think he's going to be heading one direction, I think he's probably going the other. Probably plays chess. Abnormal Amner says, I think anti-Russian spin is obviously successful. There's been 248 armed conflicts since World War II. Okay, I see your point. But we've always been loggerheads with Russia, haven't we? Could you argue that's nuclear deterrent? Well, anyway, let's get back to where I was. Oh. There. Let's find it. Ooh. Don't like that. Anyway. So. Oh, look at that number. See even higher that was a minute ago. Oh, crikey. Keeps growing. Oh, the Brexit cost calculator. It's probably just a little bit of software. They put a number in it and they just, I don't think it's actually exact. But it doesn't look good, does it? So, anyway. Ta-dong. Oh, not that one. Not that one. That one. Get rid of that one. Poker plots, bribes. Oh, blimey. It's all fun, isn't it? Anyway, the pork pie plot. I did a video about this earlier, which was a complete flop, but hey. A group of more than 20 Tory MPs meet to discuss their concerns about Johnson's leadership. It said a number of those were preparing to submit letters of no confidence. Some of those letters have been retracted, as you probably know, since Christopher Wakefield defected. Now this was after Prime Minister's questions, at which Johnson faced repeated calls from MPs to resign. Oh, did some was it a David? Yeah, David someone. Yeah. Anyway, several were named by the media as those elected for the first time in Johnson's landslide victory in 2019, including younger Tories from the opposition Labour Party's former heartlands of Northern England. I think they had lobotomy, or did they just want to get Brexit done? Haven't ready deal and all that. What a rubbish that was. Crikey. Anyway, their bid to unseat the Prime Minister was dubbed the pork pie plot. And this is because the MPs involved represents Melton Mulberry, a town in central England known for making the pastry-covered meat products. Not pork pies, no. Pork pies, yeah. Now, pork pies are also Cockney slang. Well, Cockney rhyming slang for lies, pork pies, lies. Which a majority of voters believe Johnson is guilty of spreading over Partygate, Oh, dear me, and there definitely was no wine or cheese. Now, this is according to several opinion polls, that it is. Now, at least 54 Tory MPs need to send letters calling for the Prime Minister's resignation to trigger a party leadership challenge. Now, we could get Liz Truss instead. I hope not. But they tremor, since there's no one that could fill those Johnson boots. Now, I don't mean that in a good way either. He's an actor, isn't he? He's just like, he's a performer. He's a stage performer, a clown, a jester. That's what he is, And the Red Wall just lapped it up. Oh, he's fun. He's one of us. Oh. Anyway, Armed Forces Minister James Heappey conceded that the Tory rebellion was not surprising, because the British people are, quite frankly, absolutely furious with what they've heard and seen. Now, some of which has been abiding by the rules. Yeah. Or even buried loved ones. In Parliament, Johnson again urged all sides to await the inquiry's findings. Yeah. Obviously a delay tactic. But Dominic Raab, in a recent interview, declares Spafford Johnson can redact whatever he likes. The drip feed of revelations is overshadowing Johnson's attempts to reboot his premiership with a series of policy announcements. Yeah. Operation Big Meat. Oh, okay. I thought it was Save Big Dog at one point. Anyway, an attempt to hoodwink the British public, that's what it is. And, quite frankly, it could work. It doesn't take a lot these days, no. After all, he's done it before. You would hope they're once bitten, twice shy. But I've got my doubts. I think you could do it again. You just got to keep delaying. Now, it could work, after all. Now, he said, Wednesday, that he was scrapping the requirements for people to work from home and, to wear the face mask and public settings and to show that old vaccine passport, which, I hear we still do here in France. It's on the phone. It's an app that actually works. It's pretty good, actually. I ain't got a problem with it. I don't see what the issue is, quite frankly. If you don't want to be tracked, well, just turn off your location on your phone. Anyway, I suppose we could do just a bit of buddy hugging, Since all these things are being lifted, a bit of bunny hugging wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we'd spread it about herd immunity and all that. Anyway, after the Omicron variant emerged, it was in December, Britain's daily caseload for COVID topped around 200,000 infections in early January. But it has dropped. Less than half of that since the public are keeping stum and not getting PCRs as they once were. China declares it has no COVID. Do you believe that as well? I do wonder sometimes. Anyway, talking about deceit and lies and what have you, what about this thing here? Oh, look at that. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that very well, but that road here is, at the bottom here, the curly road, that's the M20, leading all the way to the port. And up here, you can't see it, on the right-hand side, the top right-hand side, just bring it down a bit, there's a load of bays up there, moorings. And there's a new marina had been built. It's actually out the picture, just out the picture. And it's cost 250 million, this marina has. They can't even use it because it's subject to bad weather. So that's another scandal. So that's a bit crazy. Anyway, this road at the bottom, this waggly road at the bottom, this is the M20. And I don't know if you can see it in that picture, but that's absolutely chocker with lorries. And that tailback goes on and on and on like an Ariston. Now, it isn't like that at the moment. But this is a Google Earth image, you can probably see on the bottom here. It's Google Earth. I'll make sure you can see it. There you go. Yeah, it's a Google Earth image anyway. So you can check it for yourself. So it's the actual Google Earth image, not the one on the Google Chrome or whatever. It's the actual app. So it's all a bit mad. Anyway, so I do absolutely wonder what the hell's going on. But I've got a little video here as well. So this is Loic, who's at Dover. I'll keep this. There you go. Now, I would not want to be stuck in that, would you? As you see, the lane beside, directly beside, is open, so cars and stuff can still go up and down. It's just the lorries having to queue in one lane. So it's not completely chocker, obviously. So they're using these at the tap, they call the tap system, to control the traffic. So yeah, it's nutty, absolutely nutty, and this goes on and on and on. And this isn't the first time. This was last week, but it wasn't the first time. This has been going on quite a bit. Like anyone who does do the Dover Cali route, this is probably the worst I've ever seen it. Karen the van driver was saying that he's actually up to, it's about 250 odd bays, and he was in 244. The place is absolutely chocker. People just have to wait. Just constantly waiting. Let's cancel that. So, that's just maddening. Absolutely maddening. And that is Brexit. So talk about believing stuff. The M20 cameras were switched off on the M20, or were they just broken? Though the conspiracy theorists in me says, how convenient. It's important not to spread fake news, though, to be honest. But I do wonder if it's true, since it's been, I've been told that they are on at the moment, over this weekend. Because not a lot of traffic anyway on the weekends. So it'll be interesting to see if they get turned off again next week. But saying that, the cat is out of the bag now, so they might not. So, Kieran Van Drive was saying that from tomorrow afternoon, you'd expect the coups to be back again, and the tailbacks, they'll be back again tomorrow afternoon. That's what he's expecting. Now, a lot of this is, obviously down to Brexit and the extra checks that have to be done. And so you'll get the old Brexit say it's all to do with the COVID test and stuff like that. But they had to do that before the 1st of January this year. So it's clearly not the only problem. But also we've got this chief system. It's now you've got the chief system, which is the system that they import all the documents, what have you, for the imports and exports. And that keeps falling flat on its face. It actually crashed a few weeks ago, about a week after. Actually on the day, I think it's also on the 1st, it crashed. And it's old, it's ancient, it's an ancient piece of software. There's other systems that run alongside it, but the chief system's still being used, and it's having to cope with far more documentation than it's ever had to do before. Because obviously now we've got checks at the border. We didn't have that before, part of the single market and all that. It wasn't a requirement. The only checks that were done were the ones, or the only time the chief system was being used was for imports from other countries, say, the United States, for instance. But no, not from the EU. But hey, whole load of numpties, what do? They put that cross in that wrong box. They did. So, crikey. Well, that system, like I say, is over 30 years old, and it's been patched to high heaven. It's just, like if you get your updates for your phone and what have you. So you get an old bit of software. You get to a point with your phone, don't you, where they say, well, we're no longer doing updates for it anymore. It's not worth it because, the actual equipment now is beyond, all the software is beyond the updates. So we don't want to promote an old phone anymore, so we want you to buy a new one. So it gets rendered useless. But why the hell would you ever that system? I know it hasn't had any. What I mean is, by it's been 30 years old, it hasn't had a full rewrite. It's just been touched up, so to speak. Anyway, it's 30 years old, and an idealism called sovereignty and expose the nonsense of Brexit. So we're trying to hide the damage caused by Brexit, or was it a genuine equipment breakdown? I do wonder. I don't know. I tend to think it was just switched off personally, but I think that's the proof being put in if they turn it back on. Turn it off again. Sorry, next week. Either way, Brexit is broken, and it's always going to be broken. Imports have suffered as a result of the whole load of. Oh God, didn't they just put the cross in the wrong box? This is 1st of January this year, 2022. So they checked all imports from the European Union as part of the trade and cooperation agreement. It's just maddening. The whole thing is maddening. So I got to the end of my little script there. I just want to check these chats. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. Feels like ages. It's not. It's only just over an hour. Crikey. Let's find this chat. Ooh, find a chat. Camera. Ooh, I'm back again. So let's go back up here again. La 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 la. It's very annoying when you can't actually move the chat up and down. It's got a little scrolly thing beside it, as you probably already know because you're probably looking at it. But when people are writing it, it freezes for me. Don't stop though. Oh, there. Well, that's Okay. Well, let's go back up here. Down. Crikey. Scrolling down that I am. Duke Vengeance says, I bloody didn't. I always knew how much of a charlatan that disgusting man was and is. Yes. Oh, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Glasgow. Got a super chat. Excellent, thank you. Is that for the wine and cheese? I've got a camembert in the fridge. Ooh. I'll have to put that in the oven. No, it's too fat then. They're going I'm on this fat diet, so I can eat fat, no problems whatsoever. I'm not allowed any carbs. It's not pleasant. No. Right, so where are we? Right, I need to make some impadas. I miss them deeply, and there's too much COVID to go to the snack bar. Ooh, yes. Joe, are you in the UK? Oh, Joe, Maros. Because COVID is everywhere. Here in France, there's a lot of infections here now, as you're probably aware. I blame it on Bijou Bijou. It's maddening. We went to our daughter's she had a little party thing. Not really a party, but it's kind of a party. It was a party we went to. Definitely there's no wine and cheese, and she insisted that everyone's vaccinated. She did, and one of them, I think they told the porky, and they weren't vaccinated, and they're doing all bijou bijou with everybody, and I thought, crikey, man, wait, that's when they kiss, yeah, and all that. I'm in Paris twice, you know, or whatever, but it's if you got a spreader. The crazy thing is, one minute they're doing this, the fist bump or the elbow, I think they could bijou bijou. What? It's maddening. No wonder it's spreading like crazy over here. It's so infectious. And everyone's wearing masks as well. So it's, well, pretty much. Apart from they did bijou bijou. Oh, God. Alright, look where I am. James Grover, even Boris, he says, okay, I'll check that replying to James Grover. Even Boris was told there were no parties, especially the ones that he attended. Oh, God. Didn't he, how could he be that stupid? Was it off the cuff and he didn't realise what he was saying? Or was it his plan all along? It's just, oh, it's painful. Mello says, racism is a sickness that can't be treated. The scientists can't find the pill for them demons. It's latent in a lot of people. A lot of it's just ignorance, though, to be fair. A lot of people just don't know any better. We've got so-called friends like that. You know, biting your lip. Horrible. The problem is when you have friend groups. We've got friend groups. With French and English as well. It's a mixed group. What happens if you avoid one of them? You end up avoiding everybody. So it's difficult. And I don't want to get in a slag and match people. Don't want it on my doorstep. No, I'll just hide in my workshop or my office or in here. Yeah, keep away from them. That's what you do. Who Zebediah Thomas says, I recommend everyone learn to play chess, no matter what age you are, and to listen to the Griffin album, Queen to Red 2. Yeah, ooh, there you go. I play chess, but I'm absolutely terrible at it now. Absolutely terrible. Now, I used to play chess with my grandfather when I was a kid, and he's gone now. Lovely man he is. And he voted actually to first go in, to the into the union. But he's played chess. He's played chess with him, but he had he had fits. So it's 1 minute he's like just put you out of it. He just freezes. He just freezes, and it used to last just a few seconds, and then he's fine again. The prime opportunity to move his pieces. But he still beat me. One of them brains, crazy. He was a very, very clever man. And numbers are crikey. In fact, actually, when my grandfather went to Belson, then he brought this back with him. So that's all silver. Yeah, it's a lovely thing. Didn't have lights in it, obviously. Mel says Boris is a racist Trump. Boris is racist. Trump is racist. Putin is racist. Together they created. Yeah. Let's show it. Tories will ban access to Google Earth soon. They'll be positioning another satellite in front of the other satellite to block its view, just where Dover is. No? Okay, maybe. Just for the M20. I'm beginning to wonder if we don't need to run cognitive tests on the world politicians. They all seem to be suffering memory loss, especially the recent. Yeah, this is. If you know me, I hate liars anyway in my life because I've been subjected to them and I've been shafted by them. My brother-in-law, especially Caroline's brother, horrible little man. He's never. Well, anyway, I don't like him anyway. I won't go there. But he's a horrible person. Anyway, he is a sociopath and compulsive liar. And he believes. Sometimes he used to believe his lies. But what happened was, he just he could never remember them. The thing is, everybody else does. So if you're going to be a compulsive liar, you need to remember all your lies. Otherwise, you're just going to, shoot. You're going to trip yourself up all the while, aren't you? Just don't lie. Simple, isn't it? I understand some people make mistakes and stuff like that, but outright blatant lying. It's just like when you meet people and they ain't got much to say, and they're just lying just for the sake, just to give conversation, just to big something up, and just talk about something. It's so obvious, and it's painful. It's quite sad, really. People feel they have to do that. It's insecurity, I suppose. If I get my hands on Johnson, he will breathe his last. Well, I sometimes I do get these wet dreams about Johnson. Yeah, I think I'm Pinhead, something like that, I just think I just get. What you do is I get a container. So they seem they're quite expensive at the moment, so it might not be a container. Nah. A little chain to hooks on the end. And nah, I was thinking too far, maybe. And you can do a snuff video. To the very end of Johnson. But everyone will see Johnson's Johnson. We don't do that. No one do that. That's a bad idea. It's a bad plan. Let's just tar and feather them. Be done with it. Stick them in the stocks and chuck a cabbage at them. But still, Brexit is twice as good as COVID. Yeah. Brexit's going to be worse than COVID for the economy. COVID will get on top of. We're going to have to live with it, obviously, but we'll get on top of it. And there will be ongoing cost. But not like Brexit. If you how it's hit the economy, it's just plummeted. I put something on my. I did a post. I hope people can see it okay. But I put a picture in the community on the my YouTube channel, and it just showed you on there that had the actual imports and exports plummeted. That's money, isn't it? Yeah, and there isn't enough. Well, we know there isn't enough from Australia. Was it 0.05% in 20 years or something stupid? It's just crazy. Journey says, at best, the M20 cameras were broken and the parts were stuck in customs. Quite possibly. I do wonder sometimes. Crikey. Where's that? Ooh. Alright, let me just get up there. Oh, don't play. Don't play. Press some buttons. Excuse me. Oh, you probably got to... That's it, stop that. Right. So Duke Venture says, yay, I'm useful. That's the picture. Oh, okay. It seems that there's another legendary thing to see from space in Dover besides the Great Wall of China. When I was writing my script, I just was it yesterday's video? And I was writing my script. I just popped into my head. Great Wall of China. What's the thing you can see from space? Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah. That in Dover. And the coups at Dover. It's just. Oh, I don't know. I'm in amazement sometimes. Yeah, I can't actually. I can't work it out. Because a lot of this stuff that's going on at the moment, it's actually quite obvious it was going to happen. No matter what they say. Ooh, that's a good point. You're talking about all the lorries, Ginger Giraffe, all the and yeah, for the especially for the freezer units, which they will be, there'll be freezer containers there as well, the chillers, and those compressors on there got to be running. Can't not be running, although they're cold enough not to be running, so they won't be doing quite so much. But the engines have still got to run, haven't they? Crikey, that's a lot of diesel fumes. And what about that? That's better. Yeah, what about all that on the M20? So what I've heard, there's bottles of pee been slung out of the window. All these lorries and bags, pooper scooper bags, you know, little like bags for pooing, and they've been thrown out the windows. But what else are you supposed to do, to be honest? When you gotta go, when you, especially if you've got, yeah, that. Oh, God, always makes me want to go. So, yeah, it's a bit shocking, really. It's a bit shocking. Oh, God, it's a shit show, isn't it? So all the motors are running all the while. Oh, yeah, Charlie's actually mentioned this here. Charlie, Ulaganoso says, where do all the drivers relieve themselves, like I just said? In plastic bottles. Actually, I've got a theory about this. What kind of plastic bottle? How are you going to get it in there? You could try. But what if you're squeezing the bottle? This is I'm concerned about, right? Let's say, for instance, you get yourself ready. There's obviously one for the blokes, obviously. You get yourself, you about to put it in the bottle. You grip the bottle so tight because you're under pressure, right? So you're squeezing the bottle in. You stick your in the end of that, and then it creates a vacuum, a seal, and the bottle expands. You can't get the flipping thing off. What if that happens? What you got to do? You got to get your knife, jab the bottle. That's what I just did. To relieve the pressure. It's all about negative pressure, you see. A bit like those face masks with them, little valves in the side. So just breathe over everybody anyway. No, it's just a bit mad. What we need is a monorail. That would be pretty darn cool. There won't be an updated street view anytime soon. They're still in a queue. We've got lorries. Who's seen the little car that goes around? We have one we've seen go down our road before, even though we're in the middle of nowhere. And that was like a little Mini with Google written all down the sides of it, and a little this big like camera on the roof. It looked like a 360 camera on the roof. I don't know if anyone's actually seen that going about. Obviously, the one in the UK won't be the same one as one here. Ginger Giraffe, it'll be a chilled cargoes. Yes, it will. But then again, will they actually be if they're crawling? Well, they're not going to be turning the engine off, are they? But if they're stationary and just sat there, they can turn the engine off. And plus, it's cold at the moment, so they're probably keeping the engines running to keep themselves warm, running that fuel. I thought the sea would be browner. That's a fair point. At the moment, that's all going into plastic bottles and carrier bags. That's all down there. The hard shoulder that there isn't there anymore, because apparently they're all smart motorways that aren't that smart, and they've stopped developing smart motorways now anyway, to see what the outcome is. People have already been killed. Yeah, stupid idea that was, and is. But yeah, does Ginger Ass, that's what I was thinking about, but what needs contents, they probably keep them running to stay warm, yeah. All about noise. Oh yeah, crikey. I say something and all of a sudden I then read that somebody's already said it. There's probably more human poop and urine on the roadside. Hello, boy. I've got Sebastian say hello. Sebastian, come boy. You can come say hello. Who will say hello to Sebastian? Come boy. That's all you're worried about. What's that weird look on your face? Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Ready? Oh, God, yeah. Oh, there we go. That's Sebastian. He's a Labrador. Dalmatian cross, hence the ears. Let's say spotty ears, and he's a dopey dog, as you can probably tell. And also he has no sense of other people's space. He just jumps on you and he kind of like wins you. What are you doing? Okay. What are you trying to do? Okay, there you go. So what do you reckon about this all, Sebastian? You're a bit concerned about the animal testing, aren't you? That does worry you. Don't worry, I won't test on you. You happy there? I think he is. Bellamel says all EU members must vote under EU legislation, and with the ID document copy. Oh, okay. London says there's probably more people in urine on the roadside. Yes, we said that. Switched off so they can let them nice French lot in. Yeah, okay. Well, this is kind of getting a bit painful. Really? You look too comfortable now. Huh? You're lovely, aren't you? He's a lovely boy. He is. They're all rescues. So you were still a puppy though. But he was in a pen with a load of other dogs, and the farmer was a bit, had to put it, violent towards the animals, and the Phoenix, which is a local dog rehoming centre, is charity here. And we've done fostering, like you see. That's how we keep ending up with dogs. And we got you, didn't we? Oh god, we've got another one coming. Another rescue. We've got Adora. Hello, Dora. Pandora. Huh? Of course, she's wagging her tail like crazy down there. I won't bring her up because she doesn't like it. Now, Pandora, I'd say she's also a rescue. And what happened with her is she was found in the woods, and yeah, only a puppy again. Big huge ears she had, but she's grown into her ears. Who else we got? We've got a Wally now. Are you bringing Wally? Wally's just got plonked himself in front of the fire. Oh, you'll go down now, do you? Oh, he doesn't want to go down. Oh my god. This is very uncomfortable. Yeah, yes, it is. This is so uncomfortable. This is not helpful. Oh, yes, it is. Huh? Yes, the fire is on, and Wally's sitting in front of the fire, and Sebastian's just trying to do his lunging thing. Can I put you down, Sebastian, please? No? Where are we anyway? Well, listen, you comfortable? I think you are, but I'm not. I'm going to have to put you down. There you go. You rule this house, you don't step. There you go. And now you. And then we've got a Wally. There's dogs everywhere in this house. What do you reckon, Wally? Now, what do you say about all this? You put the world to rights? We try. So that's a lot of pollution. There's Ginger's giraffe. I've lost my mouse now. Where is it? Oh, there we are. So where do all the drivers relieve themselves? Yeah. There's always times. Oh, there he goes. Yes. Don't ask that question, especially when they're yeah. They'll probably throw a bag at you. Oh god. The White Cliffs of Dover. Oh god, this is getting a bit. Get the toilet Homer. The White Cliffs of Dover were brown from all the shit in the sea, and now they're getting grey from all the pollution and all the shitty bags stuck like pebble dash. It's like stucco, all on the sides of the cliffs now. Crikey! Do you recall the Bojo joke that he ever kept? So Mello said Putin is an idiot midget. Who's what dodgy actor is friends with Putin? Oh God's sake! He's also he also got a band. He's actually quite good actually. His band is. Someone know. He does martial arts. He's just kind of like pushes people out the way all like that, you know. And then he throws knives in a submarine. No, anyone got the ideas? Oh dear. I know the answer as I see the evidence on the roadside. Oh, if you saying, Charlie, you're saying you've actually seen this, have you? Oh, you don't. You are. Are you in near the M20? It's getting quite shocking, isn't it? Really. This isn't recent. A lot has been going on for a long time. A lot of lorry drivers, that was practice that they used to do anyway with the bowls. But now they got nowhere to put them. They have to either store them up, or they just fling them out the window. Probably out passerby. As long as it's a Tory, I don't mind. No. Catch up. Ooh, lovely. Oh, well. So, in response to the Tory panel on the BBC Politics today, claimed Labour would have had the languishing with other European countries' vaccine rollout. That was never a problem. And then we were slow, but we. Yeah, well, the thing is, slow and steady, weren't it? It wasn't that slow in the end. We ended up taking over in the end, didn't we? Although the UK did do well with the boosters, look at their dues. But still didn't keep with his own original promise. He said everyone by Christmas, what he said. Tory, and also they started a lot later regarding. They do from 5-year-olds in France, I believe it is. We're doing babies next. All right. Okay. Johnny K says, 30-year-old system can't. No, right. A 30-year-old system can't handle usage volumes 6 times that of the design maximum. Of course it can't. No, you talk about the chief system. It's clearly ridiculous. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice. So what's the British version of the American crying Indian, crying wolf? Pollution campaign in the 80s. Oh, I don't know about that. The system at the border can't work because they kept getting the messages, and the software was too old to run in Windows 98. Or Vista. Vista was so unstable, wasn't it? You know, I ran Vista for several years. That's blue screen of death. These are hardware faults, holes. Lucy with us. There'll be cameras broken over the White Cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Actually, this might be explained. That really might explain it, Lucy. About the cameras being broken. They might not actually be broken. There's probably bags of shit stuck to them, where they've been flung out the windows and hit the cameras. That's what I reckon. Chatty Rat says anyone who traded with the EEC up to the 31st of 12th, 1992, would or should have known what was coming down exactly for the single market. I did it in the video. Was it today's video? I did that in. I think it was, and just because the trade after we joined just escalated. We were doing really well afterwards after we joined the single market. It's ridiculous. It's don't forget though, sovereignty. Got a cup of that, haven't you? Derek Mulready says within 2 years after Brexit, cost of living expected to reach 35%. Blimey. I haven't actually. What is inflation at the moment? Is it about 7% in the UK? Or was it less than that? Was it 5 point something? I can't remember. But I won't be surprised. Steven Seagal. That's it, yeah. He does that thing with his hands, doesn't he? No, he's pals, isn't he, with Putin? But to be honest, if you strip Putin naked, then strip Boris Johnson naked, who do you think would win in the fisticuffs? I think I know. There's 150 submarines in the Black Sea. Oh my god. Is he bluffing, you think? No. 150 subs. Because, whereabouts is it now where they were... Oh. Where Putin had some of his subs near the communication lines. Where he has been warned, do not cut our communication laws. That's an act of war. I think we're getting close. I don't know. Maybe not. Good night, number 3. Peter does. Good night, number 3. Vista worked fine for me, to be fair. All I did was play FSPs and overclocked it, yeah. Were you running AMD? I need to upgrade my machine downstairs. That's quite quick, but it's not quick enough for me. Because obviously, editing videos, you need a very fast PC. This laptop actually is faster than my computer. I built it about 6 years ago. You know, that's fast then, but now it's not. Mo Green says, Mo Green 19, he says, Johnson is a spoilt brat. Yes, he was spoilt by his father. And Putin trained by the KGB. He would mop the floor with Boris, obviously, yeah. It just... The thing is, Johnson, he's not a strategic man, is he? It's all bluff and bluster with him. Like someone said earlier about Putin playing the long game. I don't think that man's stupid. I think he knows what he's doing. And it's not good. My political X. I don't know what time it is, isn't it? 11 o'clock. Oh, here, that's about 10 o'clock in the UK. It's getting late, I suppose. It's Sunday, isn't it? My dead grandmother would bitch slap me. My dead grandmother would bitch slap Boris. That would save for sore eyes, that would. Boris and Cummings are both compromised by Russia. I know a lot of people hate Cummings. Quite frankly, I do as well. They all say he's a liar. Yeah, he's a liar. But I suppose a stopped clock tells the right time at least twice a day. Now, if you notice that sometimes your chats they don't come up straight away. So occasionally, if you use words like bitch slap, they get held for review. So until I've actually seen them and said it's okay, I ain't got a problem with that, because it's true. Oh God. Oh, James Grover, you going to bed, are you, mate? Oh, you going to do? Oh, night, James Grover. It's bedtime on the continent. Well, I suppose it is 11 o'clock. I don't go to bed very early, though. I've got a really bad habit. I need to sort this out. Because after this, I'll be editing videos from my other channel, or even this channel. And I get carried away. And Glasgow Kiss would tell you, because, quite often I'm at 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to upload videos like 5 o'clock in the morning, straight after I've edited them, when I first started this channel. Really bad habit. Really bad. I don't get enough sleep. No, nowhere near. So Mogo 90 says Johnson Sport I've done that already. Over 5% at the moment, crikey. The subs were there already. No one was talking about it. Fair point. They must have known they were there. They're not stealth, are they? They're not stealth subs. No. Submarines make too much noise. Sonar. Wait until Boris unveils plans for the Brexit Museum. Oh, crikey. Has anyone been on that website for that? It seems a bit stagnant at the moment. I don't think there's a lot happening with the Brexit Museum. Crikey, who's on the board? There's 3 Brexiters on the board of that. One of them is that Labour MP for North Wales, or was ex-Labour MP. That whole woman who was on the flotilla with Farage. You know what I'm talking about. I daren't say her name. It's horrible. Oh. Her and 2 others. I can't remember what their name. Anyway, they're on the board for this so-called Brexit Museum. Which apparently was going to be non-biased. It was, and yet everything on there was all biased. Typical Brexiters. Oh dear. So, my grandpa would even have to lift a finger. He would just look at him and watch him run in terror. And he's dead too. Oh dear. Oh. It wouldn't stand a chance, would he? There again. If he starts jogging towards you, those moves, they can kill. I'm sure they can. And another Tory government is elected. Well, if another Tory government is elected, I'm leaving the UK. I don't blame you, mate. Come to France. It's lovely around here. Brexit's worse than COVID. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, you're not coming back? Oh, okay. Never coming back to... Oh, never coming back. Not the EU. You're not allowed. Oh, not now, I suppose. The Brexit Museum will be full of oddities like healthy food and clean water. Is it going to be a food bank? Ginger R says, I found my expired passport. I'm going to renew it. And if Scotland votes for independence and Donny becomes president again, I'm moving to Scotland. Do you think Donny... I don't think you will. I think people had enough of him. I think most people are glad to get rid of him. Oh, London's mother was Irish. Welcome to the EU. The only thing is, a lot of people haven't got the means to be able to move to the EU, not now. It takes money. You've got to be able to obviously take care of yourself. And also, you've got to, it's all visa driven, isn't it? You know, the hair would be the carte du jour. It's like my son-in-law. Yeah, he's Nigerian, and he has to get a visa to live in the UK. Well, he had to before, to be fair. And it was just a palaver. The last time he went to visa, they lost his passport, so he couldn't get another passport. He had to go back to Nigeria just to be able to get another passport. And he applied for his passport at the embassy in Nigeria, at the passport, where they did passports in Nigeria. And they were out of they had no paper for the passports. You had to wait and hang on for another 2 or 3 weeks before his passport could get printed. And that's after the would it be the Home Office? I suppose they lost his passport basically. No apology, no nothing. They just lost it. It wasn't returned to him. So yeah, that was a bit of a shit show. 7 writes, people be daft enough to accept. Yeah, I'll show that one because it's true. And Duke Vengeance says my mother is a racist. I'm sorry to hear about that, Duke Vengeance. Oh dear. Johnny K says, not to say, by the time the UK would be eligible to join, there won't be a UK. Well, I think there will be a UK. It just be no, it's not going to be in a very good place, is it? It's not in a great place now. The direction it's heading. You can't keep borrowing money. Eventually, you've got to pay it back. And if you haven't got an economy that can sustain the increase in interest rates, because you obviously pay more money back because inflation. You know, your debt spirals. You don't have the management. You don't. There's no reduction. It just spirals out of control, and you become bankrupt. A bankrupt country. Now we can all say, okay, the UK has got all this stuff, and it's has a strong this and a strong that. But you know what they say: the bigger you are, the harder you fall. The UK's got a lot of infrastructure to try and maintain. If I'm absolutely honest, there's Stephanie Herring in your writings, Herring Tonio writings. I love England, and I resent how my country is being treated. I love England. It's a beautiful country run by a whole load of idiots. That's what my father used to say. But he'd have Farage. And me. Oh, night veg pie. Nice to see you here. Duke Vengeance says she isn't shy about it. No. Oh, isn't she? Oh, crikey. That must be really uncomfortable at times. Did you have a nice Christmas? We had the carving knife. Right. In Portugal, you can get all the information needed online. Are you talking about what to move? It's a similar system, isn't it, to Spain and Portugal, I believe. Or if you get the golden ticket to a chilled out, left leaning country. So Lucy, that if you talk, France really depends where you are. Now, we've got a pair of our friends, Emma. She's lesbian. I know of 2 trans people that live here as well in our little area. But it's just, I think like anywhere, sometimes it's potluck. Speaking of big countries, you've got a mixture of cultures here. So I wouldn't like to say one way or the other, but I ain't got a problem. Come to Labrador. I think you find on the continent most people are more open anyway. Remember a Euro trash? I used to love that. That's so funny. Actually, is Eurotrash still on? I used to watch it when I was in the UK. I haven't seen it here at all. There are idiots everywhere. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, cheers, buddy. JC Vasco, it's gonna be $4.99. Yay, euros, nice one. To make me rich. Yeah, oh well, yeah. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Anyway, money to stay out of the EU forever. You're a millionaire now. No, do you know what? I can't imagine ever moving back to the UK. I do love it here in France. Don't be wrong, there are things about it, and you go, oh, for God's sake, why? That makes no sense. The bureaucracy is quite painful at times. To be fair, it's actually got a bit better recently under Macron. It's definitely he's what they've done is they've actually mixed joined systems up or got rid of complete systems, and and it is a lot easier now. Like the health system called Amelie, you can just log into that and you can see all your data regarding all the information regarding how much has been spent on your behalf. And this is the bit that kind of gets me is I've had carpal tunnel surgery on my hands, yeah. So I've had 2 operations, one on each hand, and living here in France, I was going to have it done in the UK, but I got pretty much well, never happened. It's got delayed and delayed and delayed. Probably what's happening to a lot of people at the moment because of COVID. Anyway, I had the operations here. Anyway, we get the paperwork through, and it tells you how much everything cost on the operation. To have both these operations done, including all the consultancy, including going to obviously the hospital and having been put under and all that stuff, it was about €800. I don't know about you, that is ridiculously cheap. Yeah, 2 operations, and both of them were done within. That was the first one, which was my left one. The first one I had done. Maybe actually see it. Can you see it? No, you can't. It's blown. No, can't see it. It's blown out. The first one that I had done was done within 2 months, and then the second one was 3 months between the two. Because obviously they like to make sure you got one hand free, so you don't make a mess. Yeah, you know what I mean. Especially if you're in a lorry, you've got a bottle to piss into. So yeah, it's healthcare here. I think it's actually very reasonable. It's downside cheap in the UK. If you're a tourist, healthcare tourist. Most people here speak English, and you'll learn the language of a new country much easier once you lived here. Are you in Dallas? Do you say you're in Portugal? I can't move this now. I can't see now. Oh, Germany. Germany. Of course, I remember that. I don't. To be honest, I think this day and age, especially on the continent, I don't think most people aren't worried, are they, about it? About trans people? A hell of a lot of squid in the UK regarding toilets and stuff like that. I thought, crikey, what does it really matter? Do you really parade around, What does it matter? In cubicles, for God's sake. It doesn't matter anyway. Shouldn't matter. Hey, hello, Dolphin. So good evening from France. Oh, well, good evening from France too. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your funny and interesting videos. I try and keep them light-hearted. Sometimes I might go a bit far with them, in the sense of like they don't kind of work. I think I'm a bit irritating for some people. Not everybody get me. I do understand. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh no, we've got a German conversation going on. Do you know what? Oh, dang it, thanks, Dankeschön. Do you know what? I did German at school because I didn't do French at school, which is obviously a big regret now. But I can't remember any of it. But my eyes fly dry and all that, like Dankeschön, Swats, Black. Yeah, well, why the hell not? This Stephanie, it's just like I just don't understand why people have a problem with it. I understand why they have a problem with it, in the sense of because of who they are themselves, because they've got a problem with themselves. They just, you don't have to. Why? I don't get it. I'm not even. I can't even explain it, to be honest. If someone loses their time talking about other people's sexuality, there's something wrong with them. Just what I just said, basically. Yes, it is. Joe Marios, you are right. Because it's unnecessary, isn't it? It's totally unnecessary. So oh, Dankeschön und bitteschön. Oh, and then I get a bot comment. Petra de Suter. So Petra de Suter, is it? Would it be Sute? Is her name? Just mean videos. Belgium has the first trans government minister. Ah, I see your point now. Cool. Oh, that's pretty done cool. Why the hell not? Isn't the French keyboard name? Yes, Azerty. That's what I've got here. I've got used to it now. The only thing I don't understand is why you have to do shift to do a full stop. That don't make any sense to me whatsoever, because I don't use full stops quite a lot. It's quite annoying. And you have to use GR with it is, quite a bit as well. But they hide everything underneath. Yeah. But I used to have the old QWERTY keyboard when I first came over here, and it was a mistake. Because when you got to do anything official, you're writing with an English keyboard, and you haven't got all the little characters. You've got to get a little box up, and you've got to choose your characters and pop them in. So like, Wally, what are you doing, buddy? So that's a bit, yeah. So I've got the Azerty keyboard now. Well, I have for several years, to be honest. Got used to them now. Doing my typing on the Azerty. Got a bit of a problem with my keyboard at the moment because I spilled a drink of it when over it. Can't remember what it was. A drink. I think it was wine actually. And it's an expensive keyboard with all the little, mechanical keys and stuff. And ever since that, I cleaned it all straight away. Took it all apart and cleaned it. But ever since, I seem to have like what they call like a sticky keys. So my G's and my S's, sometimes I get two of them. It's quite annoying. Oh, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Lee. Shift for numbers is annoying and confusing. Yes, it is. But you're right. You've got a QWERTY. Yeah, but with my keyboard downstairs, even this one, I've got the numbers on the side here. So I was thinking about getting another mechanical keyboard just for the numerics. And then when I do my editing, you might have seen it already, Lee. I've got a little. It's a hand pad thing with like thumb wheels on it and loads of buttons, and a lot of gamers use them. So called a Razor hand pad, whatever. But I use it for edit. All my keys are assigned to different tasks when I'm doing my video editing. It just speeds things up no end. It's really good. I like it anyway. Mo Green, wunderbar. Yes, it's also a US chocolate bar. Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know. Victor says it's because they're insecure and want to micromanage their surroundings. Yes, you're referring to those who've got a problem with the LGBT, haven't you? Those bigots. That's what they are. And shift for numbers, I use the Swiss French keyboard. What's the difference? What's the difference between the Swiss French keyboard and the French keyboard? Are they both Azerty? Is there any difference? Because I'd be very keen to find anything that is more convenient. Because, other than obviously changing the keyboard, there's a way around it. The number pad is easier to use. Yeah, I'm. Hello, Susan. I can't remember. Is it Esther Witt? Is it Susan? I can't remember now. Anyway. Stefan Herringtonio writings. Didn't know they were different. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are different. And you've got to make sure you've got your country settings right on your computer. Obviously, you'll have like A's and Q's all mixed up. And various other letters. It's quite annoying. Especially when you're doing you put your password in and you can't see. Obviously, little crosses, or asterisks or whatever they call them, and you can't see what they are. And you put that is my password, and you don't realise you're in the wrong language. So obviously you're doing totally the wrong password. So that's quite frustrating. I have one QWERTY and one QWERTZ here. QWERTZ? What's QWERTZ? Mo Green. A QWERTZ? What country would that be? What? Am I missing the point here? Or something? You pulling my leg or something? So where's the QWERTZ? Alright, so same issue here, yeah. For the win all the day. P does. I don't need any letters on my keyboard. Use the DAS keyboard with all black caps. All gone. No, my keyboard all lights up. It's quite fancy. But I just put a drink on. I think it was wine. Lee Corn says, before smartphones, I tried logging into my online banking using the family member's AZERTY keyboard and couldn't figure out why it kept saying my PIN was wrong. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's frustrating. Oh, ambidextrous. The keyboard does not bother me, but mine is a QWERTY. I'm not ambidextrous, definitely not. I'm not that quick typing. And I'm a bit fat fingers, especially now that the keys keep like double hitting. That doesn't help. Ah, cool. Cheers, Suzanne. Hope Shannon's well. Oh, Shannon's a little bit sick at the moment. She's got COVID. Little Jack's okay though. He's her little brother. It doesn't seem to be affecting him. But she's got really bad migraines and stuff. So she doesn't eat very well though, to be honest. She never has been, never eats healthy food, which has always bugged me and the grandmother. So you have a QWERTY. You have a QWERTY, and the rest is the same. Most of you folks won't have an AOU. Yes. Well, I've got the AZERTY, so yes, I've got all those French. I made that mistake before, like I said, when I brought my keyboard with me, from the UK, and having the QWERTY keyboard, that's just a nightmare here in France because you obviously need all those little bits and pieces when you want to do anything official. Ah, QWERTZ is German. I didn't know. Thank you. Cheers, bye, little boy. Mo Green. This is very political, isn't it? What were we talking about earlier? Talking about keyboards now. Oh dear. Oh, I see. You haven't got all the modifiers, but you've got all the blood, yeah. Thing is, you can, if you get a little keypad, you can assign all those to, if you haven't got them on your QWERTY, if you get yourself a little button pad, which is just like a keyboard with, say, 9 or 12 or whatever keys, you can assign each one of them to one of the modifiers, so you haven't got to be hunting for them if you haven't got them on your keyboard. Susan DeWitt says, I switch the country language on Windows when I have to use different country. I bet you got your keyboard from... No, I haven't, no. No, I didn't. No. Because I do a lot of blog writing. I needed a decent keyboard because I was using a shitty, a quite bad keyboard before, and I was struggling with it. So I got myself a decent keyboard, and just still as bad. So it wasn't the keyboard; it was just me. I spent 150 quid on the keyboard, and I spilled a glass of wine on it. It's ridiculous. Can't remember the make of it. It begins with C. God, my mind is shot. So much stuff going on in my head. I can't think of half the stuff that most of the time. And I'm very tired at the moment, so I keep not sleeping enough. I don't sleep enough. Oh God, Lucy, an old typewriter. Do you know something about it? I got my old my father's old typewriter, and I was playing because I used to love playing it when I was a kid. You see, just write on and just practice that clunk, and watch the little things go. I just love it. And I was having to play with it after my dad died and cleared the house out, and he still had it, little blue typewriter in a case, not a carry case. And it's just something about it. Any things you can't delete. There's no backspace. You can't delete even. There's no del, no. Yeah, I still got an electric typewriter. I got before going crikey in 81. Blimey, I'd have been 11 years old. Simon says, hello Simon, how you doing, buddy? Easy. I always end my mails with end. I don't even know what that means. You lost me there, buddy. It must be something funny because I've got a laughing smiley face. Mellow said, "Oh, come back." Just jumped up. There you go. Mellow says Boris needs to resign on his own. Yes. That's what he should do. That'd be the honourable thing to do, wouldn't it? But he ain't going to do it. I can't see. He's just going to drag it on right until the last little minute, and then maybe he'll then resign because he don't want to be seen to have been sacked effectively or pushed out by the 1922 committee. Yeah, that's what Theresa May did, isn't it? You know. I don't like Theresa May, but she's got dance like more honour than Boris Johnson. Simon says you can always. Simon says you can always type AEOL and UE. Yes. Oh, okay. Where are we? No, he won't resign. I don't think so. I think he probably would resign if he knows that if he's come to terms in his own little head that there is no other way out. I don't think he's going to want to allow himself to be pushed out by the 1922 committee. Yeah, the oh, I've got a name now. What was on my script? What was her name again? Pork pie plot. Crikey. Don't realise how many words there are. Miss Gani. Because she's actually a member of the 1922 committee. So that's Nusrat Ghani. Oh yeah, I did mention it earlier. She's in the 1922 committee. So. But they do need to investigate the Tory party. Islamophobia. Most definitely. Why should they get away with it? But I have to think and automatically got 9% of the damn Titan, etc. Okay. I speak to my computer. Ah, so do I. I do voice to text. It's actually getting really good now. What you find is though, if you just start using voice to text, you'll find it be really crap. And if your internet's slow, that'd be really, really crap. But it learns your speech after a period of time. So don't have a few drinks, what have you, and stuff. They'll get confused again. But voice to text is really good, especially because I use Google Docs a lot. Just literally just writing by Google Docs. I used to use Word and LibreOffice as well, LibreWrite, and it's the free Office program. But I don't need that anymore. I just use for sort of stuff I do. I just use Google Docs. It works perfectly well, and you've got good. There's some quite good little tools in. Like for instance, you got your voice to text. I could probably show you actually. Because that one, yeah. Maybe I can bring this down so you can see it. I'll get this down here. Will that jump? I've gone to tools. Got word count, obviously. Voice type. So, for instance, let's see if it works while I'm on stream, or would it be locked out? Let's see if it works. So, Boris Johnson is a bunny hugger. Bunny hugger. See? It's quite handy, isn't it? So you have to talk like a robot, otherwise it'll just get very confused. But I use that a lot. Let's turn it off. I'll do most of them right, but the only problem with that is if it makes a mistake you don't notice, and you haven't read your proof, and you start doing the video, it doesn't. You can make yourself look and sound like a complete and utter idiot, especially when you're doing this. A lot of the time when I'm doing my scripted videos, I tend to just do my best to try and rehearse them in my head, and then I just spiel about it. And other times I'll use a teleprompter. It depends on how if I can't quite get there. But I prefer to do it just by talking if I can do it, because it feels more fluid. Because you probably notice, like when I'm reading off here, I'm doing this and I'm reading my script, it sounds more mechanical, doesn't it, when you're reading off a bit of paper? when you just like spiel it out. But this time of night, I just can't do it because when I get tired, I tend to slur a lot, as you can probably tell, and get my words all jumbled up. I don't really know. I am a little bit dyslexic, so it's just I do struggle sometimes. I was a slow starter. Right. Hello, Glasgow. Try doing that with a Scottish accent. Yeah, that's a fair point. I think that would be a possibility. Because when I first started making these, you probably noticed, because you've known about me for a long time, haven't you? So just my early videos. I'll tell you what I've noticed over the last year doing all shorts. I've really noticed that my voice has changed. When I first started, I used to talk too quick, not very clear, and I'm not that great now, as you can probably tell. But I used to find it really, really difficult. Well, to hear what I'm saying, in a sense, because I thought it was okay. Because obviously I know what I've just said. But everyone else, it's a jumbled mess. So it was some of the early videos really embarrassing. But you kind of like, especially when you're doing the when you don't have any cuts and stuff like that, you can't edit anything. Like for most of my videos now, I've been doing without editing, and you find that you're just trying to talk in a way that becomes. I don't even know. It's my earlier videos. What I was doing, I was almost sounding out all the syllables in the word, and that was what my way to actually make sure I'm sounding it correctly. Because what I found is I was like joining one word into the next, and it becomes like a jumbled mess. It just doesn't record very well at all. Oh, that sounds really good. Jeremy Hour says my voice is too deep. It's too deep for voice recognition. Klingon, like, I bet you got an amazing voice to record then. I love deep voices. I wish I had a deep voice. I have not got a deep voice. In fact, not quite so much now. I think my balls are dropped. As a late bloomer, but it's in the last year has happened. But oh crikey! Whenever we used to get a phone call, this when it was in the UK, and someone English phones up, they always thought I was a lady on the phone. When I say it's Mr. Ket, they always have to question me as though they didn't hear me right. Are you sure? Oh dear. So Lucy Willer says Mike Caputo won't stop singing Daisy Daisy Daisy. Oh, why? Where am I? I've kind of lost the plot here, big time. So really got off track, haven't we? I'd like Rav to replace Johnson. He'd give care a personality by compassion. Really? Rav, that man. He's the one writing all the new laws regarding human rights to circumvent international law. Horrid individual. Simon says you can always type. Oh, sorry, I'm supplying now. I've gone too far. I remember the first time using an electric typewriter after learning to type on the manual. God, that must have been weird. Glasgow Kiss says, I got a pencil. I'm glad about that, mate. I hope you sharpen it. I've got several pencils. I sharpen them, but usually in the workshop. Like when I'm doing my note taking, I use a pencil. Don't want any of them to replace Boris. They're all complicit. They are. Everyone on the front bench, they are absolutely awful. They're just nasty pieces of work. And they've been sucking up, haven't they? They've been propping up Johnson all the way through. So they're all as bad as each other. By default. I can't think. Is there any Tory who's still a minister who could, not in the cabinet, but that you think could be a prime minister? I can't think of one at the moment. I know some people keep saying Richie Sunak because some people like him, but I don't think he's. I just don't think he's capable. Yes. So Pierre Dalla says in response to what Stefan was saying, writings exactly. They might not be as openly corrupt, but they certainly not less, any less corrupt. But if you're backing them up, you're as bad as he is by default, anyway. So it's they're complicit. That's what they are. Honor and Boris. The computer says no. We can't bring back Little Britain. Madame de Vere. If anyone's seen my picture of Anne Widdecombe, and my video, but actually that's done quite well, that video has. Anyway, with Anne Widdecombe, the actual body is actually Madame de Vere from Little Britain. Well, I just put Anne Widdecombe's head on it. So that's not Anne Widdecombe's body now. It could be. I think it's similar, but it's not. No. I do like creating all these little drawings and things, and I've been doing quite a bit with I've actually been selling T-shirts. Would you believe it? Via Teespring, links in the description if you're interested. But it's I didn't think it would sell any, but I've been doing like little designs or whatever. But I sold a few since it started. I didn't even realise I sold some until I thought I'd just log in there and maybe put another T-shirt on or something, and then I realised I found out that. So I didn't get notification that it sold some T-shirts. I thought, wow, that's really cool. So I started designing a few more. Hence, I've been putting links on the in the community tab. So yeah, it's all a bit of fun. So Scots struggle with. You'd think that the software would be able to recognise your accent if you're a Scot. Oh dear. What are you doing about Burns tonight? If you're in the EU and you're a Scot, you're going to get canned haggis. Ugh. I never had haggis. I don't know what ordinary haggis is like. So I think Glasgow Hiss was saying that he doesn't like haggis anyway, or he doesn't support. Or he doesn't. You don't Glasgow. You don't like haggis, do you? Try to do it with the Scottish haggis. Where are we? No, actually, Leacorn, that was a silly mistake. No, I didn't. I put it in the community tab on YouTube, but I didn't put it on Twitter. I should have done, shouldn't I? I should put it on Facebook as well. If I share the computer, Joe, that's because you're like a Klingon. So that's what do you expect? Are you on cloak somewhere? I tried to tell you to piss off. Oh no. Vicar says you can type. Oh, I didn't know that. Can you? Ah. You talk about the codes regarding I'm a code, so you can get all your bits up. So Lucy usually calls them Jeremy. Yeah. Unt. If you know what I'm going. Lincoln. Too many issues with Little Britain now. Blackface, trans issues, etc. So on the edge when it was all originally released. Even in my part, our past, what have you? Like for instance, anyone remember like the black and white minstrel show at the time? You thought nothing of it. It was just that was on the BBC. I remember, wasn't it? It's just. And then obviously, and you got Robinson's Jam and all that stuff with the Gollywogs and all that sort of stuff. You think back to, you think, crikey, that wasn't great, was it? Glasgow says haggis is surprisingly okay. It's whiskey I don't like. Sorry, Glasgow, there's something wrong with you. How can you not like whiskey? Thinking my missus hates whiskey, hates the smell of it. Shit, it makes her feel sick. I do like whiskey. I don't have it that much these days. Ginger Giraffe says, Simon says 55. I still use a paper map. I don't even know how to use GPS. Now, I bought a GPS the same week Caroline was doing navigation for me with a paper map to go and do a quote for a job. And we ended up being 2 hours late because she had the map upside down. Literally upside down. North, south, all that. safe north. Oh God, yeah. I think it was the next day or that. I went and bought a TomTom 500. Remember that right? Yeah, that's from Halfords. £500 that cost me. Get a 10 a penny now. You don't really need them anymore. Just use your mobile phones, or you just use a paper map. Lucy, is your report called Hal? Oh, I love that film. Simon says 55. Spear Dallas. Not that familiar with that, but I keep my. Okay. So what did he say? Because that was in reference to something else said. Simon says. It's a bit hard to hit the two. Oh, you might go up sea level. Oh, sorry, I don't understand. Stephanie Herentoni, Stefan Herentoni writing says, I had to teach myself. Is it Stefan or is it Stephanie? So it would depend, wouldn't it? I had to teach myself a different voice to recite my writing on my old YouTube site. Oh, Glasgow Kisser said this to me before. Actually, he's accused me of being fake. Actually, but he wouldn't admit it. But he pretty much did. Because a lot of my videos, when I don't realise I'm doing it when I'm doing it. I just if I get passionate about something or want to raise my voice about something, my voice just changes, and people seem to think that I'm putting it on. It's not just how it happens. It's, but I've been accused. But hey, I don't care really. Anyway, it don't matter. A deep voice, Marcus. People think I am always mad. People think I'm mad. I don't know why. But I'm a peaceful dude. I am. I'm a passive person. Unless I find a Tory, they're not beat me over the head with a 2x4. Sorry. I've got my lovely record device. I can put the balls in it. Crank it up. And watch them pop. Or was that too much information? Probably. I'm a pacifier. Oh, keeps jumping up. Rory Stewart, yeah. What? Who would you rather be Prime Minister, Rory Stewart or Boris Johnson? What do we get? Boris Johnson, because he's got fluffy hair and he's so-called man of the people. I think Rory Stewart's a fairly genuine guy. He's the one who interviewed oh, for God's sake, I was his name. Lord, what's its name? The one who said that you'd have to run down your motor industry. That's Rory Stewart asking the questions then. But he's always come over, as far as I don't know if anyone knows anything different, but he's always come over as being a fairly decent bloke for a Tory. He just needs to eat more burgers and pies and stuff. Maybe put a pie, set up at the fountain. He can't just be in videos. It's not the sharpest tool in the box, is he? I had to stop and digest it when I called him Deputy PM on the radio. Oh, God's sake. Dominic Raab is a Deputy Prime Minister. Just let that sink in. He's actually a clever man. He's just an idiot. That's just, also an educated man. Don't, Lee, just don't say it to his face. He'll karate chop you. Roy Stewart, if so the vote and stood a chance. Well, maybe he should stand next time and not sit on that dodgy stool. He looks really awkward. And what I don't even remember at the time of the leadership challenge, what have you. When they had that interview, and they were all sitting there on these stools, and what have you, and they'd been interviewed, or just debate or discussion or whatever it was, and it did look really, really awkward on there. And it was all we heard about after, days after, was Roy Stewart on the blooming stool. How awkward he looked. Do we really care? Is that really what you're looking for out of a Prime Minister? the thing is, it's all about personality, isn't it? It's just you can't get away from it. Boris Johnson, you either love him or hate him. You get in the day, he has got a very flamboyant personality, and he's an evil, nasty piece of work. I don't like him, no. And I don't understand why people don't kind of understand his character. I don't understand, remember all the things that he's done in the past, all the cock ups he's made. Carlton Bridge, for instance, and water cannons. That end up being sold off in auction like for 10 or 20 grand, and that cost like 250,000 to have them, started up. It's got all these like sort of delusions of grandeur, big guns. Oh, I can't have a real gun, so I'm gonna have to have a water cannon. Oh, let's get water cannons. Oh, Boris spikes, Boris bridges, Boris tunnels under the Irish Sea. There we go. There we go. Cheers, Lee. Yeah, I'll just maybe next time. I got really flustered beginning this because obviously that echo. I wasn't quite certain what was going on. So yeah, at the beginning of the video, there's that echo. That could have only been two of me though, because the YouTube replay of this was on, but the volume wasn't up. That's the thing I don't understand. But it was playing, but the volume wasn't up, so I should have just paused it, which is what I did in the end. Angus Boston, okay. Oh, there we go. Partygate, or should we say Porkgate? Abnormal Abner says Raab has the IQ of a pork pie. Oh, that's not truth. But it'll pass the time. Oh, yeah, Lee. I kind of there was a bit of a mess up at the beginning. I was all ready, what have you. I thought I was all ready, and when it comes down to it, I clearly wasn't ready. I got a bit flustered to start with because I was having problems with this microphone. And all it was is that that was on the wrong. What's it? It was on instrument. So not on instrument. It was on line, which means there's a feed in the back of this microphone. It's quite clever. It's also an input device for an instrument. You can plug a guitar straight in the back of it if you want. You've got to do it. And I'll show that. Only an idiot will believe in Brexit. I think he's a loner. Yeah. See, my father voted for Brexit, and he was begging his BNP and all that lot. And then UKIP. Keep going about sovereignty. Sovereignty. Oh God, it's painful. But I never. One of my biggest regrets actually, before my father died, and I read at a time of all this going on, I wish I spoke my mind really, because now I've bottled it all up. You see, and I think it's kind of made me a bit angry about it. So yeah, I just wish I got out of my system at the time. Then maybe I could have accepted the fact that he was an idiot. Oh, I suppose he's my father anyway. Anyway, that's an insult to pork pies apparently. Blimey, that it is. You know what? I miss a pork pie. I can't have one at the moment because it's got pastry in it, but make your own though. Our friend does. She's made pork pies. Only thing she didn't fill it with the gelatin properly. that was all like hollow, with like shrunk a bit of meat in the middle. Tasty though. Pastry was good. So Joe Romero says, I have a feeling Raab isn't really a person. Well, you're a Klingon, mate. You told us. He's human. Oh. He is a leprechaun in disguise. He's not human, is he? But, it's like that little hairdresser said, because he's human. Oh, crikey. That Welsh hairdresser. Like sometimes in my videos when I edit them. Pork pies must be protected at any cost. Oh, mouldy pork pies. Yum, 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 yum. Pork pie lies. Pork pies lies. Pork pie. Cockney slang. That face is so goblin-like. I'm like a goblin. Are you talking about that one? Or are you talking about this one? Or are you talking about that one? Or my little ebony figure here. I think no. Any more goblin faces? No. Not you, the turnip. Ah, Dominic Raab. I wonder what it takes to be so sycophantic and go on TV to defend the Tories. Yeah. I think it's a good idea, Glasgow. I think it's a very good idea to have a backbone. Susan DeWitt says, does Raab have to carry a document like Nobby Knobs declaring that he's human? That he's a human. And he sweats a lot. It's not like Prince Andrew, no. Apparently he doesn't sweat. Think European. Hi, I see. How are you doing? Raab's face. Yes, thank you. Oh dear. Oh, we get a drink. Oh god, I fancy a drink now. Shouldn't really. I have actually brought some drink and I forgot all about it. Got a little bit of rum. Oh. I had it down there. Blimey. I've just been drinking Coke. I need a bit of rum now. In my Coke. Cheers. Metal Mobil's full pork pie shops. You know, I've never been there, so it's full of pork pie shops. I once got stuck there for 2 hours when I was driving through and got a flat tire. Did you eat a lot of pork pies? Is that why you got a flat tire? Oh god, not the Bakewell tart. Because the Bakewell is full of Bakewell tarts. And pudding shops. They're the most sickly things, aren't they? All that. Oh, all the pink icing on. I'm not a one for too much sugar. It's very bad for you. All pies are sacred. Make pies, not war. Very good. Oh dear. With regard to the water cannons, Theresa May, yeah, she stopped the use of them, didn't she? Banned them. When she was Home Secretary, pulled the rug from under Boris's feet by banning their use in England. I don't know about you, but wouldn't it be quite fun? Or would they hurt? They probably hurt, actually. Probably push you into something and get stabbed by a railing or something. Oh. And yes, he hasn't got no personality whatsoever, Lucy. But what about when Boris Johnson got his COVID and then Dominic Raab had to fill in for him? When he did a little statement, I thought he was going to cry. He looked really upset. You know, I thought he'd be really happy, but you know, I might get my job. I might get my dream job. No, some New Zealand nurse decided that she's going to nurse him back to health, along with another nurse, which I can't remember where she was from. But anyway, she decided that the NHS was a joke and they've been taken advantage of, so she left. She wasn't very impressed with Boris Johnson. Being a bit. You'll be a real boy. Lucy said, one day Raab will stop being a piece of wood and become a real boy. Not that real boy, be like Pinocchio. That is Johnson. Jones with that was Digby Pudding. Oh yes, yeah, Digby. Oh, just Minford. All short. Patrick Minford. That's it. The idiot professor. But he was right, actually, wasn't he? You have to write that down. That's pretty much what's happened. Still happening. I'm just interested to know, you know, when this one decides they've had enough. And the other thing I'm a bit... people were talking about the other night actually, after Max's show. I wanted to say a few things, but you can't get a word in that edgeways, to be honest, or they just scored. But the thing is, it's all very well having electric cars, and I think obviously we need to go that way. Brown rum is my favourite. But the thing is, in the UK, we don't have the infrastructure, and I'm not talking about actually just producing electricity. There's no way of getting that electricity made to be across the country. Yeah, what's going to happen is everyone will be plugging their cars in, probably all at the same time when they come home from work, and everyone's lights are going to start dimming, they'll be flickering. Now, I chose electrician in the UK, yes, only up to 17th edition, but it's just, there's no way the infrastructure in the UK could cope with it. The only thing they could possibly do, but then they'd have to change all the transformers, with up the voltages across the overheads and the underground cables. But then you'd have to change all the transformers to convert the voltages back down to 240 volt or 230 volt. So it's I just can't see it. At the moment, it's okay because it's not that many. In the percentage over across the UK, there's not many people got them. But some of these chargers are 65 kilowatt. On the stream after Max's stream, one of the ladies on there, she was saying that she works for a company who makes these charging units for electric cars, and it's that's what she said, 65 kilowatt. That is a lot of power. 65 kilowatts. Most houses can run on under 20. You've got 3 houses worth of power, and that's if you've got your lights on, you've got your washing machine running, maybe gone for a shower, and then you use it. But you plug that car in for a charge, whoa. And we don't have the cables, there's no way. We don't have the cables currently to be able to cope with the amount of power. The draw and the drain on the system, and some of the cables are so flippin' old. A bigger interchanger. Turn up my volume. It might be because I'm not actually speaking directly into the... I'm slouching, that's probably what it is. Glasgow. I'm slouching in front of the... I'm going like that now. So, and this is omnidirectional microphone, so it's like it needs to be in front of you, really. So, my wood. Ooh, it does feel nice. It don't actually look that good on the actual video, but it's actually looks really nice on here. Anyway, it's very tactile. It's very touchy-feely. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, we pretty much gave it to everybody, didn't you? Boris Johnson, COVID, spread it about. It's a super spreader that he was. Been too long since bought brown rum. Oh, don't remember the brand. I gotta think water cans are fun. They borrowed a couple from the PSNI for an anti-globalism rally in Dublin and couldn't resist using them. Sorry. Personally, I hate to be on the wrong side of them. They must really hurt. They've got to bruise you, haven't they? That's a lot of power in water. You can use water to cut through steel. Thick steel. They've been recycling electric car batteries to restore electric from solar panels. It's a good idea. Well, what we used to use years ago would be either forklift batteries, or you could used to get submarine batteries. They're all lead acid though. Times have changed. Obviously, you've got AGMs and all sorts of types of batteries, deep cycle batteries, and they're all changed because the type of batteries you have in cars are no good for I don't mean the type of batteries you have in electric cars. I mean the type of batteries you have in an ordinary car. Like lead acid batteries to start your engine. They're no good for solar because the plate's too thin and they suffocate inside. So what happens is between the plates they become all clogged up and fluffy, and once that happens, the battery's dead. It's no good. But what they don't like a lot of discharge. So if you have a deep cycle battery, what it means is you can discharge further down the battery, so you can get down to like 20-30%. It's not a good idea, but you can get down a lot further before damaging the battery. But with a ordinary car battery, a starting battery for your car, if you do that, you'll kill it in no time at all. Yes, Lee, you're correct. We're shutting down loads of power stations. but not replacing them. Well, as you know, Rolls-Royce are going to be doing these like mini reactor type things. But when is this going to be done? The thing is, they're saying about 2030, going over to electric cars and what have you. But what about the fact that power stations can take 15 to 20 years to build? They don't have time to build one, or two, or three, or four. If everyone's going over to electric, can you imagine the amount of cars that you're going to, of additional power you're going to need to run all these cars? I just don't see it happening. Not under this government, especially. It needs major, major investment, which means a lot of money. You must stay. I'm going to check that. The guard. Okay, go on down that one. Have the infrastructures in the UK start to bury the power lines underground, like around here. It's just I know for a fact they're not big enough. There's no way they can cope with if everyone's gone on to electric cars by 2030, unless it becomes so bloody efficient. They don't require such big batteries. I know that, like for instance, Tesla's just announced that their latest car, I think they're about 1,200 kilometers. Their latest car. I don't think it's on the market yet, but it's 1,200. And is it a Chinese electric car? It's quite very, very cheap, and that's also got a very, very long range. Solar panels. High wattage requires a lot of cross section of cable. That's why your cooker cable is thicker than your cable that goes to your electric socket, because it's drawing more power all at once. It's exactly the same with your showers. You're going to have a much bigger cable, and it's because it's more power. So if you start drawing more power, even the smaller chargers for these electric cars are between 7 and over 7 kilowatt. It's a lot of power. If you've got every single house down the road charging for long periods, it's not like turning kettle on. It's on for like 2 minutes and it's off again. It could be charging for hours, drawing all that power. Where's it all going to come from? Especially when people are going to be doing it at night, when the high demand, when you've got high demand already, because everyone's at home, unless you work nights. Morgan Spiced and Baileys used to be my tipple years ago. Can I ask you, do you just drink beer these days? I'm not drinking anything anymore apart from this. Bit of rum. Apparently there's a little bit of white spirit, not white spirit. Makes you dilute your paint with, but as in gin or something like that, vodka. On this silly diet. There was a reporter who tried to get from London to Glasgow in an EV for COP26. It didn't go well. Electric cars are great. These modern electric cars are absolutely fantastic, but you still got to have the infrastructure, and you got to, and you're still gonna have to wait, aren't you? If you've got to charge up halfway along the journey, you have to organise yourself around your journey. You fill the car with petrol or diesel, you fill it up, and you're on your way again. So don't get me wrong, we have definitely got to hit that. We must go that direction with electric cars, obviously. ADS reactors to solve the waste issue. Yeah. Despair. On my island, we built an energy recovery plant. On your island? What island's that? An energy recovery plant approximately 25 years ago, which burns our refuge and provides power to many of the houses in our capital. Very good. As long as obviously the gases that are given off are captured. Because obviously you're going to get all sorts of toxic, if you're doing refuge, there'll be all sorts of toxic chemicals. It's possible though, isn't it? Carbon capture. The most promising nuclear option are accelerator-driven subcritical reactors. Oh my god, they sound technical. What are they? The most promising nuclear option are accelerator-driven subcritical reactors. So what at the moment? We're doing fission at the moment. So what about fusion? How about fusion? Nuclear fusion. On my island, the range is the biggest issue. That is. For a lot of people, it is if you get the long distance. But for instance, us here in France, we don't go very far. We might go to the shop or family village or stuff like that, but we don't do any distance. Only time we do any distance is actually in the camper. So if that could be electric, just cover the whole thing in solar panels or a really long extension lead. And but in the car, you just go to the local shop. We didn't use a lot. We were just talking against electric bikes actually, just to nip to the shop. That's all we need. And also the dogs. We do like to walk the dog, take the dogs places to walk them. And these places generally are quite far away, so that would be in the car. Take care, Stefan. Thank you. Laters. I don't buy that electric cars are greener than internal combustion. The carbon footprint is no better unless the energy comes from a clean source. Tomato sauce. As yet, we're not seeing it. Well, that is a valid point. I still think it's the thing is, if you've got the energy, if you're producing the energy in one place, it's easy. It's a situation that you'd be able to capture that pollution much easier than you can if someone's driving all over the country and spreading pollution all over the place. There's a way of containing. There's a possibility you could contain it. My biggest problem with electric cars is the infrastructure in the UK or anywhere, in fact. I don't think enough is being done. So it says, I quit drinking fizzy drinks and only have the occasional beer. Oh, Grimbergen. Oh, God. Oh, Owl Duvel. Oh, you got good taste. No other booze. Lost 20 kilos by eating sensibly and cutting those. Crikey. You've kept it off 50. Well, that's the thing with me. I lost nearly, I can't remember if it was 10 or 20. I lost a lot of weight anyway. Hell of a lot. About 3 years ago. About 4 years ago. Yeah. When I had the camera. So it was about 3 years ago when we went to Italy. And I lost a lot of weight. But I kind of put it all back on again. So I could do it again. Hope I keep it off next time. But you are right, eating sensibly. And for me, it's carbs. I just love things. I love crisps. I love chips. I love all the stuff that's really bad for me. And beer. I like beer. But fizzy drinks are bad. But I never drink. I know it's not that great, but I always drink zero. I never drink with sugar because I just don't like the taste of sugar in fizzy drinks anymore. It's got accustomed to it. It's just zero. It's the same with tea. If you tea or coffee, I don't have any milk or like Carol's bought me a coffee, which I haven't drunk at all. Oh dear, sorry. It's iced coffee now. Ooh. Oh. I feel guilty now that I didn't drink it. Yeah. No, I've got to lose weight because I lost a couple of kilos, 2 or 3 kilos when we went to Ginger Island with Graham Hughes. Because we drink so much beer, I didn't lose much. I lost about 3 kilos. I would have lost a lot more, but just drinking way too much rubbish beer because that was rubbish beer. And it just just put weight on again. So last I was not yesterday, the day before I was 97.6. I'm 90. I'm not so low. 98 kilos. And this morning I was 96 kilos. So it's a week. But the thing about when you're doing keto is it takes time to actually get yourself into any kind to get yourself into keto so you start burning ketones. It takes a week to 2 weeks to do it. In the meantime, you just feel rough because you just eat crap. But once you get into keto, I found last time I felt really good. But you've got to get into it and you've got to be religious because as soon as you have anything with sugar in or have more than, basically if you have more than 50 odd grams of carbohydrates once you're in keto, you end up it just shoots you out of keto and then you're back to square one again. You've got to start again. So yeah, it's quite hard to maintain, but weight does come off quickly with it. So you found that even sugar-free fizzy drinks are ghastly. Yeah, the problem with I don't know if it's true or not, but I was told because the zero ones tricks your brain into thinking that it is sweet, your body still produces the hormones that counteract it, sort of thing. Not adrenaline. I can't think of it. Diabetes and diabetics. That come to me a minute. Not thinking straight at the minute, but yeah, it's just So it can still be a problem. I don't know if that's true, but Duvel is deadly. That is. I do like that. It is nice, especially Grimbergen. I prefer Grimbergen, if I'm honest. Mostly about how much water is being retained. Yes, I know. So once you get into keto, the man shed a lot of water to start with. So a lot of the weight you lose is just water. It's not fat. And then it goes into the fat burning, and you weigh a lot. So don't get stuck on the M20. No, because you're going to need more than one of these. You need several. Oh my god, another one. And obviously, make sure they got the wide necks because you won't get it in. Not without vacuum. No, could be dangerous. I'll have a cut off. Blimey. Carls. No, it's a German. It's sold as Karlsbro. I've seen Karlsbro. I didn't realise that was Oh, I didn't realise that beer does. I didn't know that. Sparkfly, thanks for the heads. Oh, there we go. It's jumped up again. I still don't understand the shock look I get when I order Duvel. Oh dear. I'm on Creef. Hello, Anne. Have any of you tried a beer called Mort Subit? Yes, I have. You can get it here in France. And some of the bit I've actually had one. I was on doing a stream. You can get beers here like 22%. They're ludicrous. They're not enjoyable beers. They're just it's more like a bet. Where's my fever tree? What fever tree? You got a fever tree? Ooh. Chat you out. So let you show that. I just bought 3 bowls of Newcastle Brown from the garage. Sugar-free drinks. Just as bad. The sweetness fools the body to think it's insulin. That's the word, doesn't it? Yeah, insulin. The hormone insulin. So effectively, it's doing the same damage. Yeah, I did read that somewhere. It was on a video I watched or something, but I wasn't sure if that was correct. I won't be surprised though. RC says I got very drunk in Brussels on Duvel once. I didn't realise how strong it was. When in doubt, vodka. Yeah, at least you know. Blimey. Yeah, I did the video about that Sparkfly a while back. Check out the proceedings about the ITER card search on fusion because they had a little bit of success with it. Is that what you're talking about? As for card batteries, it takes too much energy to produce them. They're not. No, they're not. You are right. They do take, and also the lithium. How the source on that? Because the lithium is actually, as an element, is actually important for the ecosystem. So constantly mining it and removing it is not a good idea for the planet. So at the frying pan into the fire, it seems. Probably nuke energy is at the end of life decommissioning costs, but also what about all the byproduct of it? We could just keep making missiles. That's where if they could perfect the fusion, that would be very, very good. Because there's very little waste product from fusion compared with fission, nuclear fission. I don't know too much about it. I did do a video about it ages ago, but I just found it interesting. I know it's in politics, but I just found it interesting. The new Dutch government has its portfolio to convert the complete electricity infrastructure before 2025 with a cost of $4. Well, you're doing something about it then in the Netherlands. So that's the difference, isn't it? The UK's not doing that. They give it lip service, like regarding these mini reactors that have been built by the Rolls-Royce. But it's all it is. It's just lip service. Because obviously they just want to tell you what they think you want to hear. I might be wrong, but I think the proof is in the pudding or the pork pie. And you see lambs, navy rum. Well, most prominent nuclear reactors are accelerator driven subcritical reactors. Crikey, that's interesting. I need my own nuclear reactor. No, maybe not. A wind turbine would do. We've got quite a bit of solar here. If you've seen some of my videos, you've probably seen them in the background sometimes. And we've got about 10 kilowatts of solar panels. So it's that works very well for us. But obviously during the low level, when the light is low, like for instance in the winter months and the sun's low, the actual the production isn't great. It's like today, even though it's been a sunny day, because the sun is low, we were only producing about 2,500 kilowatts. So it's just it's enough, for what we were using. So it wasn't really a problem. But if you're high consumption or got when we use machines in the workshop, that wouldn't be enough. We'd then be drawing on the grid, because we're still connected to the grid, you see. Siemens have come out with so Susan DeWitt says they've come out with a hydrogen combi boiler. Wow, that'd be pretty darn cool. So what happened to the water? Did you put it into your drinking system or flush the toilet maybe? Morgan Spice Bait and Baileys. Oh, well, I'll ask you and your Morgan Spiced. But Baileys has got whiskey in it. But you didn't like whiskey. There are security issues with miniature nuclear reactors. Oh, okay. Are you talking about Mr. Fusion? Like Back to the Future? Because you can pick them up and take them anywhere, couldn't you? That's correct. Most of the methane comes from number 10. That is very true. You should capture it. And then we could, run the country on that. Oh, God, yeah. It's quite horrible what's happening. But no one's talking about it anymore at the moment, are they? It's almost like there's so much other stuff going on, and no one's talking about the fact that we're filling our rivers and our seas with human excrement, but also the M20. Oh, crikey. It's not great, is it? Lee Corn says we need to totally replace the electrical infrastructure like BT had to do with the telephone networks for broadband. I suppose the problem with that is it's not just a little fibre cable, is it? You've got masses of cables to run that stuff all the way across the country. That sort of draw. When you plug stuff in it and your cable's too small and it gets warm because it's drawing too much power through the cable. That's pretty much what we're going to be losing power out of the cables because we're effectively heating them up. But it's pretty cool though. They're recycling car batteries for use in electric. They're still electric from solar panels. Cool. Then as if Scotland's building hydrogen power plants in the Moray Firth, and whiskey distillers also going to use it. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, look, another bot comment. What else is there but to provide fuel temperature and pressure? They now have small wind turbines that can be used for homes and not a danger to wildlife. I don't know how efficient, but it looks interesting. Well, we've got wind turbines here. Well, we've got one at the moment, which is actually down at the moment because we're servicing it. But it's we've got two. One that we was using, the other one I haven't put back up again. And the other one's it's down. Well, they're both down at the moment. But one's 1,000 watt, and the other one is it's only like, I'm not 100%, so it was about 300. It's one I made actually. It's about 300 watts. So it's only little. But the beauty about it was it runs really well in low winds. But what I would like to do is make a halt, which is a horizontal wind turbine. So basically the blades are vertical and it's spinning on its own axis. Because we're in quite a turbulent area here, because we're on the side of a valley, so we don't get constant clean airflow. We'd have to get the turbine so high to get clean air. And that's one of the problems we have. It's always tracking in the wind all the time. It does help, but it could be more efficient. But if we had a vertical wind time, it's like flicking the merry-go-round. So as it spins, it's not tracking out of the wind as it gets too fast. It'll just spin on its axis. It's like you're flicking a merry-go-round, round and round and round and round and round. So it's yeah, that's what I would like to build. Yeah, the only thing with that is, Peter, you can buy inverters that plug directly into. They're not actually legal because it's called a thing called island protection, and they have to be certified. So a lot of the ones you find them on like eBay and what have you, and they say you can plug them straight into your main system. They do actually work, and they will reduce the amount of power that you're drawing out your system because you're putting some power into your system, into the grid effectively. Especially if you've got a mechanical meter, because the old mechanical meters can actually go backwards. Funny enough, but if you've got one of them new digital meters, it won't work with that. It'll work for consumption at the time, but you won't be able to send your meter backwards. But the thing is, island protection. The idea behind it is that if, for instance, let's say for instance you've got little tiny inverters, not going to do much anyway. But if you've got, say, several kilowatts of power being produced and you put it straight into the grid, if you don't have island protection, you potentially could give somebody who's working on the line somewhere a shock. That won't happen because the power would be zapped up somewhere else in the line. But that is the reason behind island protection. And what it does is, as soon as it realises no, like for instance, you've got a power cut, your inverter will turn off. That's called island protection. Family pictures. Ooh. I want to incorporate wind, solar, and geothermal in the next home that we have. It's going to depend on the cost of the build. Now, although we've got this place, me and Caroline, we have talked, because this place takes a lot of work to look after, whether it be the land. So we think, well, maybe we should be thinking about another place later, once we've obviously got our project done regarding the trees and all that sort of stuff. So it probably won't be for another 10 years at least. But we like the idea of building an eco home, something that we could manage and look after ourselves if we're looking ahead without too much hassle, and fairly modern, but built with materials that I can work with, such as wood, because I like wood. So that's what I was thinking. You think of all sorts of ideas, but you'd have to find a piece of land first. Although I've got land here, I could build it here, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know yet. We'll see. Small individual wind generators have been available for years. Yes. I've just had an air to water system installed. What's an air to water system? I'm confused. Are you talking about like a air source heat pump? Oh, Jubilee. I don't know that one. RC. Is it Jubilee Bear or Jubilee Bear? I don't know that one. Not Lad Bear at the moment. Spark first. Before I start, nothing. We are using electromagnetics to emulate the pressure provided by gravity. We can do better. Yeah, there are a lot of things we could do, and there's a lot of things people could do on an individual basis regarding reducing our consumption. Obviously, one is obviously don't use so much. That would be the first start. And when you start producing your own power and electricity, what you find is that you tend to think about your consumption. It's like my whole workshop. I had to get rid of some of my machines because what I brought over from the UK because they're just too big. They just drawed way too much power. So for me, it was a case of that I wanted it to be use the eco power. So I had to think, well, do I need a 3 kilowatt powered saw? No, I don't. So my saw now is 1.4 kilowatts. It's much smaller. Do I need a 6 horsepower planer? Thicknesser. Big old thing. That's a 24 inch. And I thought, well, No. So I sold all that stuff and I just bought smaller machines. That way I could use my power for the workshop. There's no way I was going to. The amount of power, the amount of batteries and stuff like that we need to be ridiculous. You can build a wood bungalow and a workshop on a corner of your land and sell the house and the rest of the land. You could do that. But then you'd have neighbours. I don't want neighbours. Sorry. Our house. I actually bought an extra 2 hectares of land with this house, just so we could get. So the cows weren't actually out on our boundary. They're still on the boundary, but they're away from the house. And our house is quite isolated. Anyway, there's a little hamlet just over there, but there's only 3 houses in it. It has water in it. Make water by condensing, yes. There we go. It's jumping up too fast. Just been videos. There's also a nuclear waste from all the brown coal plants in Germany. When burning coal, you also blow nuclear waste into the air. I didn't realise that. That's pretty scary. Breaking news. Mellow says, breaking news, UK government to reveal the Black Book. Oh, that's ominous. What Black Book? Is this going to be another diversion? Is it another dead cat? Or is it to do with Sue Gray? Individual change is good, but we need governments to stop subsidising oil companies. Exactly right, Lee Corn. 100%, obviously. And other major carbon contributors. Well, if fuel keeps going up in price as it is, it's going to hit them anyway, isn't it? People got to start looking at other methods, other things. Diesel here at the moment is 160 a litre. That's just, I'll tell you what it has done is we're doing less journeys because of that. I don't have to drive to work. I work from home, so I don't have to drive. Anytime I have to drive anywhere, if I've got to get materials or if we need to get any food. So, yeah. I have no idea. Let's take Boris to the cliffs of Dover and sacrifice him to Poseidon. Oh, let's. Can I be there? With my drone. I could watch him just go down really slowly. Oh, that'd be good. They say the Black Book is confidential. Okay. But they're going to publish it, you said? They're going to reveal the Black Book, which is confidential. That sounds strange. Yeah, we will. You have a big forest in between. That's a good point, actually. I thought about that. Because we plant loads of trees. Now, we're in the next 2 weeks, we should be buying the first lot of trees. So, that's quite cool. For our rewilding scheme here. And, yeah, that's going to be fun. So we'll video that. I'll do plant the trees and stuff. I'll do it live even. If I get in the field, that's a good point. Yeah. I have to make sure I get in there first. I'll try that. But yeah, we'll if not, it'll just be videos. Because we had a lot of really great help from people, so it's been brilliant. So I'll share it with everybody. But they'll be phase by phase by phase. So just keep have to do a lot of blocks of trees. But we've got to plan it first. That's the thing. We're not 100% certain how we want to lay them out yet. We really could do a bit of advice on that, on where and how to plant trees and species and with the mix of species. Because you've got to think of fungal diseases and stuff like that transmitting between trees and stuff. So you've got to be careful of that. For instance, if you just plant all oaks everywhere, for instance, that'd be all very lovely. But the problem is they're more likely to wipe the whole lot out through disease. I have no idea. Let's take Boris to the cliffs of Dover. Okay, done already. It's a good idea though. So those plants will soon be shut down by law, and have to be down in 2038. Yeah, I hope so. Boris's little black book of ladies' phone numbers. Mellow, mellow, is that true? Are they ladies' phone numbers? Maybe. Ooh, saucy. Blimey. Oh, crikey. What's the pole dancer's name again? Oh, there. There we go. Did you check out the site where you could get trees? Yes, I did. I did. Thank you for that. There's also government help as well. They'll pay up to 40%, so that can help as well. Main thing is they're going to expect it. I'm not sure how they expect the funding to be. Like, for instance, do we get a big bill, and then we have to send the big bill and then they pay? Or do they do it in a grant-based system where they... Oh, I don't know. That's what I don't understand quite yet. Oh, Alex. Oh, cheers. Thank you very much. Hey, hi, Alexis. Very kind. Thank you. Got a super chat. Cool. Oh, it's 3 hours. I just realised. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Crikey. Oh, dear. It's a chat, I suppose, isn't it? Johnny K. RK. A more established type of nuclear physicist. Oh. Crikey. You've got a big brain. Did you check out the site? Yeah, I don't know. Because I did. I've also been checking out about bees as well. About what we need to do to create an apiary. We've got our friend's going to be coming over who's got bees at the moment. They're coming over to give us a hand to talk about it. So, see if it's a good idea and see if it's a good position. That's the thing. Like a blackmail dossier. Yeah, probably. Clinton had never black put on women's. Oh, God, it's gone too quick, eh? Those are the best kinds of nuclear physicists. I just prefer not to assume about. Okay, yeah. Did he? It's a big report. Doing the same work. Ooh. Looking at Boris's taste in decor, I would say that the book is red, not black. Maybe with a little bit of gold fleck running through it, would you say? And a picture of a gold owl lantern right on the front. Yeah. Maybe. That'd be really cool. I'll lend you all my kids to help plant in exchange for teaching them some shop skills. I could do that. That'd be pretty cool. I've got somebody, Graham actually put me on to, he wants to come over, like an ex-help type thing, and help plant these trees, plant the trees. So this would be pretty cool. Obviously, have to make sure we've got enough trees here at that time. Because we talk about potentially 1,000 trees when we get the end of, towards the end, which won't be, well, it might be this year, but at the end of this year, when I get to that stage, obviously it's going to cost quite a lot of money, so it's a lot of trees. Yeah, if it's 1,000 trees and 20 quid a piece, that's £20,000, isn't it? Or euros, sorry. And some of these trees are, we average it out. We said then 20-25 euros a tree, but some of them are going to be more money, and some of them will be a little bit less, and some of them will propagate anyway. So that reduces it. But it's surprising. It adds up. I was doing the calculations for it. Because there, that field there, how many trees get on there? So there's like online calculators. So work how many trees we can have in that part. Okay, blimey. Then that what part? Blimey. And it also depends on how you want the woodland to be. Do you want it to have they tend to gear on the side of overplanting and allow it to sort of manage itself. But I don't want to block out all the light in within the trees. So when you get the canopies come over, I want the trees to have form if we can. So that way we can do all the bat boxes and stuff like that without too many obstructions for the bats and the birds and what have you. I want it to be healthy. I know it's said rewilding, but I want it to be healthy. I don't want to have diseased trees because then they die off quicker than they need to. But saying that, we're talking way into the future because trees take a long while to grow, don't they? Johnny Gay says, I think it's safe to say that portion of the chat has veered off topic, but I don't know which part. Yeah, we've definitely gone off topic, big time. One of the helicopters from my maple tree took root. And grew the other year. Oh, cool! I had to move it, but I did, and it's been growing. Oh, that's pretty darn cool. Every year, because we have got oaks and stuff out on our land already, we get loads and loads of little oak seedlings. The only thing is they will take so long to grow because obviously you know they're tiny. So we will want the bigger ones. We're going to keep them going where they are, and then maybe move them or pot them on even for later on. But they'll just take too long to grow. So we need to get more mature trees than that. Now, there will be some sapling sizes, but the bigger trees that take longer to grow, we need to start with something that's a few years old first, really. But then it gets more expensive. I think it's safe to say that portion of I've done already now. They've messed everything up there, yes. Reduced the redundancy and failed rescuing the reactors. Messed up the basics. Right, okay. Boris, write this name in your book. Is it? Who is Candy Sucks? Whoops. Oh dear. Okay. Since you mentioned bees, I just saw a very interesting video today called Bottle to Bottle Honey. Is it by a guy called Ivaco makes, a Russian guy. He's made beehives using big plastic bottles, big, like 20-litre bottles, and quite successful. I do watch it. If it is the same guy, I do watch his all his videos, but he does make one or two a month, but they're quite long videos. Really interesting guy. Russian. Oh no. My wife and I have a problem in the Philippines. We're planting and replanting trees there. What's the problem? Planting and replanting trees there. What's the problem, Brian? But now they want us to cut down. Oh, sorry, they want to cut down. Oh, no, sorry. Cut down the existing trees. Saying no, as the trees are to protect against landslides. Of course it is. That's one of the problems we had here in France. Is around like lakes and stuff like that, they got a little bit of a weir, and then the trees got in the weir. But the problem here is if the trees blow over, the lake can leak. So or literally just empty. Spotify says I dislike. Oh, just jumped up again. Oh, that's so annoying. There you go. Where are we? Oh, shit. I can't say that, but yeah, okay. We are about to finally start the second modern MPR reactor in the world here in Finland. It was supposed to be the first, but got delayed 12 years because we insist on standards when you're dealing with nuclear. It sounds like a really good idea. Spotify then says that the Chinese basically are throwing spaghetti at the wall and look what works. Oh god, that's scary. The work groups are not always well established, but often overfunded. I bet they're all wearing hazmat suits as well. But I don't know what you're on about actually, because didn't China announced that they've got no COVID? That's what they said. I don't believe it. Am I being racist? Sorry, have I said something racist? Anime says no need racism in this channel, please. No, I'm not being racist. Or somebody said something. Small atom fission is the way to go, or is it fusion? I forget. 90% energy in. It's fusion is the one, isn't it? They haven't perfected it yet, though, have they? They've had some success recently. Last year they had some success, but it's not practical yet. Yeah, that's fusion. That's fusion. I think I'm right. Brexit is racist as it gets. I see. Yeah, Brexit is very racist, xenophobic, bigotry. I think our best chance is the ads in my civilian life. I was a bit involved in it. Sorry, I don't understand. I try to think what's in David Cameron's black book. Oh my giddy aunt, yeah. He's too busy playing with his tools in the shed. Pig breeds come to mind. Oh dear. Sounds like alias. Thank you, Max. Oh dear. I like the Olympics full of races. I'm a racer. Okay. Fishing. Yeah, it's fishing, and that is They haven't got it right yet, though, have they? Do you know anything about that, Sparkfly? Do you know if they've... I know they had a bit of a breakthrough. Well, they keep having breakthroughs, don't they? But I think they had a bit of a breakthrough last year. I did talk about it in the video once before. But that weren't my words. Obviously, it's something I'd read, so... DDP that says, if you're interested in beekeeping, you should watch a great new idea, bottle-to-bottle honey production. Contacts but beekeeping. You mentioned it a minute ago, didn't you? I thought I just read that. Yeah, that's by I can't remember his name. I think it's Ivoco makes or something makes. The Russian guy made a video about it's kind of he admits it isn't 100% his idea. He got the idea. It's sort of an old concept, like for the old clay pot type beehives, but he sort of like done it around these plastic bottles, which is pretty cool. ADS accelerator drives a neutron generator. Neutron flux is high. Fission happens also as thorium, i.e. supercritical. Creates energy at 60%. Goes back to the... Oh, I see. And obviously it doesn't create much waste. Johnny K. So okay, that would make some use of the bothersome isotopes. True. We have a problem with stockpiles of stuff. Might as well put them to work. Good idea. Oh, Willie, RC says Johnson to go this week. Do you think he'll be going this week? I don't think he'll be coming off his own back unless he finds there's no way. There's a lot more being revealed. Sue Gray, she's been asking for the logs for the gates, so they'll know exactly who's been in and out. But she's just another sycophant, isn't she? You know, it's whether or not Boris Johnson can get away with hiding it all. The public would go mad, wouldn't they? Advoca Mates, that's it. Yeah, Advoca Mates. Russian guy. Yeah, I watch most of his videos. I never remember his name, but he does about 1 or 2 a month. And he goes to his little retreat somewhere and he makes all this stuff. I don't know if you've seen the video that where he made a canoe, literally out of cling film. He's paddling down these white waters in this canoe made out of cling film. And he hangs whenever he leaves his land, because he doesn't live there. He works in the sea in Russia, and he just hangs it in a tree, so it doesn't get damaged. Interesting guy, really interesting and clever, very clever. And in a climate with high nutrient flows, you can get the half-life of plutonium down to a crikey. That is cool. Oh, what's happened up there? What about Clegg? David Cameron and Nick Clegg, a couple of complete. I got to show that, haven't I? How many weeks will our leadership election take? And how many weeks did it take last time when May left? Okay, good point actually. That is a good point actually. You got May's local elections will be coming up soon. In May. That's a valid point. So will they push him out just yet? Because they're gonna have to. If they do, they're gonna have to get somebody in darn quick, aren't they? Usually takes weeks, doesn't it, to do a leadership campaign? Crikey. Ask says, I'm a unionist, a European unionist. So am I. UK is reached breaking point. Don't say slow puncher. I think there's going to be quite a big hole there. I think it's good. I find it all very sad, to be honest. My kids still live in the UK, you know, like you guys do. I don't want to, get the brunt of this. Just look at these Tories out. Hopefully, we can have some sort of kind of recovery. Because there's no getting over Brexit. We've just got to try and soften the blow. There's still going to be a hit. You can't get away from it. But under this blue, oh crikey, it's not just a hit, is it? It's been crushed. I wonder how much will come out after Boris, after his attempt to use. Oh God, yeah, that's a good point, Brian. How much was going to come out after Boris, after his attempt to use Gray's report? Yeah, I think he's I don't know. It's going to be really difficult for him to hide from the report because they're going to be the people are going to be crying out for the truth with this. It's been going on for too long, and people are clearly angry about it. Just telling people you can't you don't have to wear masks anymore is not good enough to soften this blow. Yeah, to convince people. A lot of people already forgotten, They're just going around not wearing masks before anyway. The fission isotopes is sped up when you have free neutrons at the right energy speed around. So when you irradiate the plutonium and irradiate the plutonium with neutrons, it's more likely to split. Golden spin. It sounds technical. Is it made of wood? I think the RC says I think the UK will hit an inflation currency. I can see the inflation getting to around 10%. Personally, and that's just going to be horrendous. Anyone who's trying to get a mortgage, because obviously interest rates are going to have to go up to try and combat it. A lot of people are going to suffer. It's only be those with money you're going to benefit. Bojo's a coward, you're right, Mano. Yeah, it's just if you got money in savings, if interest rate goes up, the likelihood is you might earn a little bit more money on your savings. But those who've got mortgages or you live, hand to mouth, those people are going to suffer, aren't they? Those who've got a lot, everything's going to become more expensive with inflation, and then interest rates, so borrowing's going to go up. How many people already live off their credit cards and don't pay them back? So we're going to have a huge amount of people who've got huge amounts of debt. Now this kind of happened to me because the story is basically when I was in the UK, this 2008 with the recession, I had my business, my company. I used to do a lot of council work. I already told the story to Lee before, Lee Corn, and basically what happened was the councils that I was doing work for, they were looking for cheaper quotes, so that the tender was going out every year before. I had no problems getting the contracts at all. Every year, we're doing for several years. In some cases, some of these contracts over 10 years. And but when it came to when the recession took hold, what happened? Basically, we all kind of they were struggling, and they thought getting pushed into a position where they're having to use we sent the free tenders and stuff like that. And I lost contracts left, right, and centre, and also the ones that we kept. A lot of time, never happened before. The councils were holding money back every month on the invoices. And that caused huge cash flow problems for us. So some months we didn't have enough money coming in to pay the blokes' wages. So Muggins here, he gets his credit cards out and start paying their wages using credit cards with the view that I'll get the money next month. This just went on and on and on, and the deficit just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Anyway, I got about 36 to 40 grand on credit cards in the end, and it was getting a bit expensive. So I just had to pull the rug on everything. We just couldn't cope. It pushed us under. So at that point, we said, let's sell the house. We already were talking about moving to France anyway at the time. Sold the house, paid the mortgage off, what was left of it, any debts that we had, and then, we're here. In fact, for us, it's been a good thing. So, that gave us that push. So my point being is, if you can't make ends meet, you end up taking out more and more credit cards, and you end up more and more debt, and you can't pay it. In some cases, you might get a reduced rate to lure you, but then you go on to the higher rate date at the end, and at the end of its period, and all of a sudden you're paying 27, 30% interest rates. But with the interest rates going up as they are, it's going to be like 50% interest rates on credit cards. It's going to be horrendous. Well, anyway. A mortgage in the UK, haha, no chance. You have to have at least, 100 grand. Well, my son, he got a mortgage in the UK in the end with his girlfriend, or no, wife, I should say. And he had to save quite a bit of money up front, which he managed to do. He works for the museum service. And they bought a house, but it's only a basic little property, But at least they've got their foot on the ladder. So that was good. Graphite is not a wooden reactor. Why can't we have a wooden reactor? I like wood, okay? I've got my own wooden reactor downstairs. It's called a wood burner. I put £35 on my smart meter electricity last Thursday. And now I'm down to 10 quid. God. Yeah. You got one of them smart meters. If you've got an all-day meter, when I was saying earlier, I shouldn't say this because you can do it. If you've got a traditional old mechanical meter, they will go backwards. So providing that your meter reading doesn't go further back than what it was the last time they took a meter reading, or you gave them the meter reading, you'll be fine. But you can reduce the amount of consumption by using solar and a grid tie inverter, one of them Chinese jobbies that you plug straight into your plug socket. Bit naughty really, but here you go. Oh wow, thank you. Oh crikey. Our MPP got 50 euros. That's brilliant. Thank you. Wow. Crumbs. That's most kind. I got this funny pictures come up here in the chat. Some sort of GIF. Oh, okay, Spotify. Simon, I think, refers to the moderator rod design in Chernobyl that contributed to the failure. Crikey, you guys, you're a smart bunch, aren't you? I'm really out of my depth now. Crikey. Johnny K says, I would advise against using wood in a fission reactor. We don't want another Chernobyl. Oh god, that's quite scary. Has anyone seen the aerial footage over Chernobyl? That place is just like a ghost town. Yeah, just via drone footage. Quite frightening, really. If you don't maintain these things, that's what you end up with, isn't it? There's some work groups. Sparkfly says, Sean K, I know that Finland has some work groups looking for alternative fusion approaches. Did you? Well, there's been quite a few breakthroughs, or so-called breakthroughs with fusion, haven't there, over the last few years? But they haven't quite cracked it 100% yet, have they? Or have I got that wrong? Susan DeWitt says, I have to take a break from some groups because people are nostalgic for the good old days, preferring the who's the strongest wins versus talking to solve problems. That's a very good point. I do find some of them groups and some of them things quite interesting, though. Sometimes just for a bit of a giggle, because some of the things they say are just so ridiculous. Joe Merrill says, heard of passing pound. What is that? Heard in passing pound. Some American currency. Sterling, mate, sterling. Which isn't going too well. You can't soften the blow of Brexit. UK, the only country in known history to impose severe trade sanctions on itself. Yes. God. Well, it's something from the World Trade Organization, WTO, speaking to James O'Brien, and he was saying that that the WTO he said that the WTO was not a replacement for the European Union. You have membership of the European Union, and it's like going down. I'll use and that's some football analogy. Going down another division. There is no good Brexit. I just can't. Whatever way you look at it, you're taking something away. So how can it be good? There's nothing to be gained. They haven't gained anything yet, have they? Or they managed to sign up trade deals, either rollover deals or they're deals that, quite frankly, just have no benefit for the UK at all. That Russian deal, the Australian deal, I've got Russia on the brain at the moment. Is like 0.1% or something benefit in 20 years, and that's a guess, isn't it? Brian Maguire says, I wonder how much will come out of Boris. I know that already. Crikey, 3.5 hours. God. And it hasn't cut off. Still going. I suppose I ought to go to bed, really. Only 1 o'clock in the morning. I was going to go and do some work on the computer, but on my pooter. I put. Ever seen the drone? Yeah, Doal and Antwerp, right beside the nuclear power station, 2 reactors, and the only one in use. The other one shut down on safety grounds. Crikey, is it a bit like the the new marina in Dover? They built it and shut it down straight away on the fact it was too exposed to the sea. Couldn't cope with the winds. 250 million quid later. Kids from the area in Chernobyl used to vacation around here to get some sun. Never saw kids so. Oh, crikey. Oh, that's awful. Could quite easily all happen again, couldn't it? Was it the reactor in Japan that was had a leak, or the reactor went out of control or something? Oh, hang on, Sparkflies, what are you talking about? Is the Fukushima? Sorry, it's all jumped up on me again. There you go. Crikey. Micro cracks in some of the towers. So Susan DeWitt says, I live close to Dole, and they have found some micro cracks in some of the towers. Are they like the cooling towers? If they're concrete, that's quite likely. One of the problems with Fukushima was putting the emergency power under the water line. Another was needing emergency power to safely shut down. What was really scary in Fukushima, where the pools with spent rods. Oh, what they had to store on the rods. Yeah, doesn't look too clever to me. Is it the video of that where they're actually like using these robotic arms to position all the rods in this under the water? Isn't even that deep. Just me videos. Brian Maguire, they found cracks in the concrete, which later turned out to have been there from nearly when it was built. Was it built by Italians? Could have been Italians, yeah, the Italian mafia. Like they did with all the bridges in Italy. I'll tell you something. I might have mentioned this before, but when I went to Italy with the missus in the camper, we went and parked up somewhere, as you do, in an air, and so we could actually have a walk with the dogs, and we're wandering around in the, around the fields and stuff. We happened to walk under one of the, motorways in Italy, and the state of that concrete holding that thing up. Oh my God, I wouldn't want to drive over it. All the reinforcement, all the rebar, it's all exposed, it's all rusting and exposed, and blowing the concrete around all the legs, holding. And there's traffic of lorries and God knows. It's a busy motorway now. The traffic that and the concrete. But if you look at the equivalent in France, obviously they were making cuts regarding there wasn't all going to a mafia. The mafia was stealing so much blinking money. They made cuts when they should. The concrete was weak. Let water in. But nuclear power is dangerous and unstable. I do worry about nuclear power. More solar. The thing is the demand. How do we get that amount of demand with these electric cars, I suppose? The nuclear accident in the Windscale cell field in the 1950s totally suppressed, was it? They had to kill all the cows and sheep within a 5-mile radius. But some people drank the milk before. Oh, croton cancers. Oh, nice. Radioactive milk. Blimey. Ooh. In Portugal, we were cleared of most radiation, but it rained green. Oh, but it still rained green, and plants died. God, we live in some scary times, don't we? And then we've got Alexander, Boris, Pfeffel, Johnson, just to put a smile on our faces. God, so right now the company that runs the reactors here are wanting the government to pay them to shut down. Compensation. Sounds like slavery to me. Oh, load of the Tories, don't they? They're benefiting from the slavery payout. They don't admit it though. Crikey. Anyway, I think I really ought to go to bed. I'm getting really tired. Japan does have a habit of going blind in severe emergencies. Well, I think they make everyone else go blind. They're very insular with their intranet. They don't want anyone to know what's going on, like North Korea. Obviously China with the Uyghur Muslims, poor buggers. Look at plants. Oh, the demand is such that we need to concentrate on a variety of solutions. Some areas are better suited to some types. That's a good point. It doesn't all have to be nuclear, does it? We've obviously got wind, we've got solar, we've got hydropower. Even got hydro battery systems like they got in Wales. It's not technically a battery, but what they do is at night times they pump all the water to the top of the mountain and then release that water through turbines at times when of high demand. The point is when they pump at the top of the mountain, the electricity's cheap because it's maybe they've got a little white meter. Brian says, Boris and Brexit, the new fools and horses. I might have something for that. Yeah. Sorry. You see the accumulation of green dust. Yeah. Whatever we do, there's always going to be a consequence, isn't there? I was saying, what is the least risk? What's the least going to cause the least damage? For the start, we need to reduce our consumption of power. That definitely would be a start. Again, what's that? It's 1 a.m. there now. Okay. I am going to have to go to bed. Yeah, the Genova Bridge in Italy, owned by Agnelli. 2 weeks after that collapsed, me and the missus, when we were in Italy, we saw that bridge, and the problem we had was because we were relying on the GPS, the one-way system there we constantly going around to the same point, and we didn't know how to get out. It was dark, it was night time, in a big old camper, and we didn't know how to get out. We've got kind of this like vicious circles, like Groundhog Day. But we did see the bridge, and it was quite frightening. It just made you realise, especially when we started camping out, and then we saw this concrete, and it's literally just fallen to pieces. There was this was after the bridge collapse. Only a few weeks, about 2 or 3 weeks after. There was diggers there, so it's a big old high Mac, So it looks like they might be starting to do some construction work to it, but crikey, and then you do something a bit more than that, and it's rebuilding all the stanchions. Just literally, well, it's concrete cancers. It's all completely knackered. Yeah, Duke. I've got mine. Mine is a 750 watt in my computer. The only problem I've got is that I have to use because it has to be quite quick because the piece, because I'm doing video editing on it, and it's video cards are quite hungry. They're quite hungry for power, so that is a problem. The laptop itself is pretty good. No, I don't know Geneva Harbour. That was dark when we were there. We could see the bridge because it was all lit up. With all the lights on it. And there was like a temporary way around it, but that was quite an eye opener. Research history. Leave you a teaser. The prospect of fusion reactors work with plasma in order to take electrons out of the equation. I want to use them to assist. That would be pretty darn cool. By the way, did you finish your bat box? Yes, we did. Thank you. We finished our bat box. Yeah, I've got quite a few tools. But just I have, I've collected them over many years, and I do like to find old tools. I'm always on the lookout for old tools, even if they need a bit of work. I've got a few little projects I want to do at the moment. Restoring old tools. Did you finish your bat box? Impressive set of woodworking tools you have got. My latest video should be on YouTube now. That bridge falling down in Italy. Crikey. I'll have a look at that, buddy. Plasma based in the mainstream approach to fusion. I'm learning a lot here. I think I better go to bed as well. I want to say thank you to everybody. If I don't, I do look tired. I just saw myself. I thought, oh yeah. 3 hours later. Blimey. Was it 3 hours or 4 hours now? Where is it? 3 hours 47. Oh dear. Anyway, we got there in the end. So thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for all the super chats. No, that's brilliant. It does obviously help a lot. I don't earn anything at all off the views on the videos at the moment because my videos aren't performing very well. So it's a bit of a bummer, but yeah. Oh, I will say this though. Breaking news: Trump is going to be served with court papers for trying to take machine vote elections. Yeah, because they removed the machines, didn't they? The voting machines. That would be good. Yeah, nighty night, everybody. I keep reading this thing. Yeah, you will sleep well. Yeah, it's now 1 o'clock there in the morning, and although I'm quite often up past this time, I do feel really tired today. Probably doing this actually. Yeah, and I got thrown right at the beginning, and it kind of that did bug me up a little bit. I kind of went a bit off kilter. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing, buddy? Well, I'm not going, mate. I've been on for like say 3 hours 49 minutes. I've been on, so it's been quite a while. There you go. We used to use a bat watch every evening in France for 10 years. Oh, pretty cool. A bat watch, like a Batman watch. What's a bat watch? Is it like a camera type thing? Oh, cool. Yeah, you used to bat watch. So watch bats. Yeah, I get you now. Sorry, Sandy. Yeah, no more. You got no bats. Lee Corn says you need to set yourself a time limit. I've enjoyed this, but you really need to do more live streams like this. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Get some sleep. I think I'm better. Nighty night. Oh yeah, echo echo. Thanks for that, buddy. Oh, how dare you go to bed? Guards arrest them. Anyway, thanks a lot. It's been really great. I enjoyed the chat actually, to be honest. Looking reading through this lot, it's quite really cool. You know, and it's casual. It's fun. So I do thank everybody, and yeah, we'll do it again. I hope to be doing it on every. I was going to do it every day at 1 o'clock, but it didn't work out. When I was looking at the analytics, they were absolutely diabolical. They're really bad, and so I didn't. Yeah, I think doing it every day is too much, and there's also I can't really dedicate myself like that because there's something. But I'm definitely going to be doing at least. Hey, cheers, Glasgow. I'm definitely going to be doing one a week. This is actually Glasgow's Kisses idea, actually, just on a Sunday evening and maybe on a Thursday evening. But I'm going to do Sundays first. The idea of the Thursday evening was because of question time. But for me, it's on quite late, so they're going to say in that it's 1 o'clock in the morning there anyway, so maybe that'll be fine. So, yeah, cheers for that. So, my house attic is a bat box. Some people's are. Lunchtime show. Oh, I see. I was really struggling to get people on there though. I wasn't really getting many people. In fact, I don't actually know how many people are on this one. I haven't even looked. Heyo. Anyway, Sunday night's perfect. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah. I'll go build. I need to get my acting gear anyway. I need to get my head around what I'm doing, and so I can. As you probably notice, I'm a bit kind of ad hoc, and so I'm not that organised. So I need to get my head sorted out. If I just try and do it one after the other, they'll just have no worth at all. So I just need to perfect it somewhat. I might change my way that I did the script because I wrote the script this morning, and I might not do it that way. I don't think I'm not sure it works. I think it needs to be more casual. So I might bullet point it just because some of the stuff just comes straight in my head. So I might just go for it. It might be more flowing instead of robotic. Yeah. All right. And anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. So no night. Where is it? And talk about that. I've got the yeah. Oh, she's come to check up on me. Anyway, ta-ta. And thanks again. Oh, stop the stream. Oh, should I press the button? Is it blue pill, red pill time? Or is it red pill? Do I press the button? Oh no.